another special presentation. It is the Austintown Fitch Coach's Corner with the legend himself, the second-year coach of the Austintown Fitch Falcons. He is TJ Parker. TJ Connection here, week one of, like I told you, 16 Teach. Tell me a little bit about how the summer was for you. What were the numbers like in the weight room? And what are things looking like here in 2021?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't be more impressed with our kids. I'm sure you guys have seen some social media posts, but all the way down from our seventh graders all the way up to our juniors who are now seniors all off season. The commitment, the buy-in has been there, and we're creating a program where these kids don't only want to be good, they want to be great. And the numbers were up, and then, as you get through the summer grind, which it really was for us, it was an interesting summer in terms of our kids haven't been out to see college coaches in a year and a half, and they're watching film, and, they want to see these kids live and in person. So our program, our boosters, especially our touchdown club, who's unbelievable for us. We created some things where, our kids didn't have to pay one dime, and we were going to 8+ camps, staying overnight, took a trip through West Virginia and then to Marshall and got our kids out there. And great experiences for our kids to be in those pressure situations earlier. But as a staff and as our kids, I mean, June was tough. We were 5-6 days a week with 7-on-7s and then camps and then our own practices to install our own stuff. Then we kind of eased into it in July, but did some things on our own to kind of push our program and schematics forward right into camp. And things have been good to this point. It's a competitive atmosphere, tempers flare, roller coaster in the summer. And these guys, the last 2 weeks have been great because we finally got to hit someone else in a different jersey. So in our own locker room, we're finally coming together, I want to say, as a team rather than offense, defense. And it's funny to see when we got guys going both ways. One day they're talking stuff and getting in fights with the offense, and the next day they're in our huddle saying, throw me the ball, I got to score. So it's been a good atmosphere. I'm proud. Our 7th and 8th grade kicked off things last night, and what a crazy week for us. Such a week for our community. Our 7th and 8th grade kicked off yesterday versus Chaney. They both got big victories. Tonight, our freshman team goes. Friday, we go. And then Sunday, our youth goes. So, literally, K-12, every kid's playing Chaney this week, and that's how it should be, and something our community, I know, is proud of, and I'm very proud of it.
Now, you're obviously heavy into Feed the Nest, and you talk about K-12 in your interviews. You have walked the walk, that you have talked the talk, my brother. It's exciting to watch. One of the biggest things is bigger, faster, stronger in this offseason. You guys have done it seemingly better than most. You've really bought in. The kids have bought into the program, and I think that's most important. What have you seen in the weight room from them specifically that's going to make the difference on the field this Friday night?
First, I would be doing an injustice if I took credit for that. I mean, let's talk about the backing first of our administration, who felt the need and understood the demand it took to hire Dan Wedding, our strength and conditioning coach. He is the second head coach for every single sports team we have. So when we're in there on them, it's another fresh voice. That's his season for them, all off season. But in the off season, the numbers, the commitment, and I think the understanding of what it takes in order to be great, in order to meet our program's expectations. Coach Wedding always talks about raising the standard. And last year we set a standard in what we call year zero, because it wasn't year one. It was year zero. This is year one, and the standard has been raised. Legitimately, our first off season, and what I've seen from the kids, up front, those guys are just a tight-knit group. All of them, for the most part, one sport athletes, some two, that just committed themselves to not only the weight room, but the diet after, the schematics on the field by themselves, working in the winter, in the gym, working in the winter. It was great to have our quarterback, not the way I'd want him, but he had shoulder surgery right after the season, and he had to go through rehab all off season. So to have your team leader in there pushing was another positive, but the hunger is definitely there. And the expectations of what we expect is there. And those guys have honestly met them and in some instances exceeded them.
So last year, a weird year. You talk about year zero. This year, a little bit weird too, because we're starting a week earlier. Now, I'm going to ask you if you're ready. No coach is ever ready, particularly. You always want that one more practice, one more week, whatever it takes to get yourself a little bit more prepared. Do you feel like it's snuck up on you a little bit, and like it's here, coach? It's here. We're playing.
Yeah, I believe our staff as a whole, it's a great staff, and they give me great feedback. And we've put pressure on ourselves, and we're constantly in the war room discussing, we're ready. I mean, we've been ready for this for a while. And of course, as a staff, you like those extra practices, but we are ready. We've been waiting for this a long time. And it literally does feel like 2 weeks ago I was talking to you and doing this again because of the tornado that has been the off season and now, and it doesn't feel like I've had a day off, but this is something that we're ready to get started. We want these Friday nights to begin. We want it to be game week, and yeah, I can't tell you how excited myself, our staff, and our boys are.
Now, obviously, you got a lot of players to feature. One of the ones I definitely want to talk about, Devin Sherwood, one of the best quarterbacks in the area. You said he's coming off of surgery. So, what are your expectations for him? What are his expectations for himself coming off of that surgery and going into his senior year that can be very fruitful for him?
Yeah, my expectations are for him just to be a quarterback in our program. And as a great player, what we talk about with him is, good players, make all the plays that are needed. Great players make the exceptional plays. And with Devin, we want him to make all the right plays. And then when it's time to make an exceptional play, we anticipate he'll make that. Now, if you talk to Devin's expectations, that kid don't lack in confidence. He shoots for the stars, and we wouldn't want it any other way. The kid's a warrior. In terms of his health, he's back. He's ready to roll. And do whatever our programs ask. And, he did it all last year banged up, and this year's going to be no different. And then it being his senior year, he takes pride in that, and pride in his friends and the kids he grew up with and the kids he's played with. This class has been waiting for this year for a long time. And we're excited to have him.
Some new names, as you lost some guys last year. We will have every game right here on YSN from pillar to post, all 16 weeks, Coach, as we talk about who are some of the names that, maybe Ty will be announcing on Friday nights that we should be accustomed to over the next 16 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, some familiar names that you'll hear from last year again. We'll start on defense. I usually start on offense because I'm an offensive guy, but we'll start on defense. Up front, Donovan Oliver, a returning starter. He was all Mahoning County last year, all conference. We expect him to have a big year up front. Josh Fitzgerald, who rotated in, he's one of those guys we talked about who committed himself in the offseason, actually joined wrestling to kind of lose weight, get in shape, and then hit the weight room 2 times a day on multiple days. He's ready to go both ways for us, so I'm excited about him. And then we had a transfer in from Western Reserve who lives in the district, Aaron Hively. He's a big body, athletic, and just that tough country kid. Those 3 up front, they're going to put pressure on offenses, and we're excited to have that to work with. Behind them, we have some young guys who we're super excited about, and Kylan Foster and Brian Robinson. Those 2 guys are oozing with talent, and that's untapped right now, but they've put the work in terms of trying to get better weekly. So as the season goes, they'll go too. With Aaron Hively moving in, we've had the luxury to move our all-region defensive end last year, a name you'll see on both sides of the ball, A.J. Bird. We moved him to Mike Backer, and he's done nothing but excel. He loves it in there. He gets to be on the tackles every play. He's a plug in the middle, and he can go sideline to sideline. Outside of him, we return 2 starters, and Tyree Mitchell, who'll be, both ways for us. He's back. He's a name you announced quite a few times last year, but he'll return. On the other side, or backing him up, is a sophomore, DJ Williams, who that's a name you guys better get used to calling for the next few years. We're excited to unleash him on both sides of the ball, but that kid's oozing with talent, and he's excited to do it on Friday nights. On the other side, you got 2 seniors who are just tough, scrappy kids, undersized, but Devin Pounds is a returning starter for us, and then C.J. Schisler, a guy who got tons of game experience for us last year, always finds his way around the ball, and those two we're confident with. Noah Thomas, a sophomore, is going to give us some help in the middle. And then our secondary is just one that Coach Tate, Coach Karenik, those guys have done wonders with. We return a freshman who started last year in Dan Evans. He's going to be a lockdown guy for us. He can take away half of the field and take someone's best receiver out himself. Then you return a guy who's getting Power 5 looks, and Cam Smith will be more of a 3 safety look this year. So Cam Smith will play that safety linebacker role. That allows him to be in coverage and be around the ball as much as possible. With his length and speed, we feel that just fits him perfectly. Then we'll have a returner, and honestly, as Devin Sherwood goes, this kid runs our team too. He is the motor of our team, and one of the guys that we'll be looking forward to all year, and that's Tyler Evans, a returning starter on both ways. He should have a big year on both sides of the ball. Backing him up is Bryant Butler, a junior who's had a great offseason. And then at the other safety position, sophomore Deshaun Vaughn, another talented young kid who's also our backup quarterback. He'll be there, and backing him up is Don Perry. And then at the corner position, it's a battle between a junior and Arthur Kroom and a sophomore and Davion Pritchard. And both of them have made plays all summer, and I think the 7-on-7s have really helped them grow. And really looking forward to those guys competing out there. So it's a defense that has grown a ton from last year, and I think our defensive staff has looked at our weaknesses and from last year and accepted the challenge, and they're competing. They know their assignments, and you're going to see a very well coached, a very fast, and a very physical defense this year. I do believe that.
So you look at all of that, and you wrap it up into this 2021 season where we've seen the schedule, Coach. Last year, you had a schedule that was condensed. It was makeshift. You played the SVC. Now, your schedule's loaded again. It's that tough Fitch schedule that you love because you're going to see immediately, especially here in week 1, where you stack up. This is the West Side rivalry. Everybody knows it. They're happy it's back. Talk to me about your plan, and not to give away too much, against the Chaney Cowboys in week 1.
Yeah, I mean, just going in there, when you look at Chaney, it's a typical Chaney team. Their players, I have all the respect for those guys, and they have talented guys. They've always had. When you have two ends that can get after the quarterback and control a line of scrimmage, like a Power 5 guy in Clive Wilson, who's going to Boston College, and then J.R. Tellington, who has just received a D1 scholarship from HBU. I mean, those two guys getting after your O-line and after our quarterback, they cause some concerns. They do. And they return guys in the middle. I know they're returning a D tackle who was tough and quick for them last year, just gets to the football, just one of those tough Chaney grinders. Their linebackers, 2 returners, and Christian Jones and another guy. And then, you have Jason Hewlett. He's their guy. He's their do-everything guy. And kid's a very good player. And we hope to do defensively. We hope to do our best to contain him and put him in situations to cause just quick decisions. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully our defense can take advantage of that. But we understand, too, that he's a great player. He's going to make some plays. And we'll have that next play attitude. I know on the outside they just got a couple new faces that you'll see in terms of that DJ Waller kid that they got over from East, the long, lanky receiver, who's going to be a matchup for us. And then they have some guys in the backfield, and I know they'll always have their quick scat backs, but with J.R. Tellington handling the rock, the kid's a load. And what we got to do, what we've talked about, with Chaney and them first, week 1, game 1, West Side rivalry back. And we love that. You know what I mean? We love, last year it was exciting. You got to play your rivals and our rivalry game week 1. So we have a little taste of that. But now to bring back, such a crosstown rivalry where emotions are high, expectations are high. And we've talked to our kids, like right now, the good programs, all of them are thinking, hey, we're going undefeated game by game. We're pushing for a long playoff. Everyone thinks they're the team to beat right now in week 0. So coming up to week 1, we know we're going to get their best. And we fully expect that, and we fully want that. We want the challenge. We love those games. So I think our goals, what we've talked about, first is just managing the emotions. We want to get off to a fast start. We want to contain number 5. We want to put pressure on them. We want to force some turnovers. And offensively, we talk about all the time. We got to take care of the ball, make the right reads, make the decisions. And honestly, I think what we're most excited about is the challenge of going against their 2D ends. Our guys, we know we're going to see a lot like them throughout our schedule. And we want to try to go right at them for a little bit and see what we can do.
I love it. Listen, you're one of those guys that I'm ready to run through this brick wall that surrounds us every time I talk to you. All right, so this is Coach's Corner for Austintown Fitch, brought to you by our friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. Thanks to Greg Greenwood and the whole crew who make so many things possible in Austintown, especially here on your sports network. 2 more quick questions for you, Coach, before we let you go. Off the script a little bit, one of our questions this week on our show Power Hour was, would you rather go 1-9 and beat your most fierce rival, or go 9-1 and lose to them but sweep the rest of the year?
Oh, man.
Tough.
If the season is a long, grinding season, and as much weight as we put on rivalry games, we live that going 7-1 and losing to a rival in what we feel program-wise. They might be in a different area, but program-wise, our kids feel Warren Harding is our rival. So we went through that last year, and winning cures a lot. Winning is gasoline to the motor. So when you can get through weeks and weeks, I don't want to take anything away from those rivalry games, but a 1-9 season and beating your rival is not something that I would expect for our program. We'll go 9-1 and then give us an off season to figure out how to come back at that rival to turn it into 10-0. I'll tell you that. We got a lot more to work with the 9-1.
I love it. All right, final question for you, a little bit more personal. You being an awesome dad, being an awesome coach, talk to me about some of the similarities that you have to take from one to the other and kind of switch them.
I think the biggest similarity that I can tell coaches and dads is I'm sitting here doing the interviews right now, but you got to hire great assistants. And in my case, I married a great assistant. So I couldn't be more proud of that. And she knows what we're going through. It's year 0, and as we try to get better and better, we hope things can slow down a little bit, but with the understanding it's not. But, I have 3 beautiful kids and a 4th on the way, scheduled for Warren Week. Only she would do that, you know what I mean? But I told her it better be out, Boardman Warren, because when we get into week 11, that's going to put more pressure on Dad. But we love it. My family wouldn't have it any other way, and I think our program wouldn't have it any other way. We love the rat race. You've talked about it, the schedule, the never getting the kind of a second to breathe. It makes life go fast, but it makes life worth living. And it off my wife, who's unbelievable, but my staff is also unbelievable too. My assistants who work their butts off for me and make my job a lot easier. I can't be thankful enough.
TJ Parker, the head coach of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, kicking off this Friday against the Chaney Cowboys. Best of luck to you as always. And again, thank you for your time.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience and comprehensive wealth strategy, we assist our clients attain their goals. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealthadvisors.com. Good luck, athletes.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
The following is a presentation of YSN, your sports network.
With another special presentation.
Camille joining us on Running Point as we're going to let him in here. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And Ty talked a little bit about Chaney and last season. Talk about some of the things that you saw from your team last year that maybe go past the win-loss record that make you really excited about what you have coming back this fall.
Just the way we competed week in and week out. Last year with COVID really hurt us. We couldn't be in the weight room for that entire year, the spring, the summer, anything. So we lost a year at the weight room, which for any program is big. We lost a week and a half of practice due to COVID testing, being on the safe side and those kind of things. And just still being able to go out and compete. Week one really didn't show who we were. And then from there on out, whether it was Fitch, Canfield, Highland, those games, we were in the lead at halftime. And I think just the weight room time and those things just kind of got to us because those teams just wore us down in the second half.
Looking at this season, we talked about last year the COVID issues and everything that brought up issues practicing. Talk about this year compared to last year and the practice schedules, how everything has gone in the off season and how much easier it's been this year compared to last year.
It's been a lot easier. We're fortunate with COVID that it kind of, I don't want to say passed, but we were able to get back to some normal routines, and the thing that's big for our program and our boys is just having that consistency, so setting that practice schedule, which has been the same since we started in June, and just being able to work. They know when they need to be here. Parents know when they need to be at practice. And guys have really worked hard. They worked hard in the weight room. The summer conditioning went great. We had 2 scrimmages that went pretty well. Little banged up, don't have the depth that we want. I'm excited about the season and the guys we have and what's to.
And we know from other sports, you guys have straight up athletes. I mean, talk about what kind of advantage it is to have such amazing athletes on the roster.
Just having the athletes that we have, I mean, it makes life easier at. They're just able to do things that can't be coached. They're able to put them in positions that they may not normally play. We have guys being recruited for positions that they don't play, but they're just so athletic and gifted that they're able to just go out there, play football, and get it done. So that makes it intriguing at times and an advantage for us because we can kind of put different positions, that we may have matchup problems. If not, and sometimes, it can be difficult. As a coach, you got to be able to pull in the reins and make sure you're not giving them too much and confusing them. I mean, it can be a blessing and a curse, but for us right now, it's truly a blessing to have the have to be able to do all the different things that we want to do.
What was the biggest thing to improve on from last year?
I think the biggest thing for us from last year to this year on the offensive side of the ball was going to be our line play. And with that, just being more consistent. We have a good offensive line. We're going to be young this year. We have 3 sophomores starting, but just being consistent. We played great for 2 quarters, and then for a half and a half, it just looked like we never played football before, or it might be an entire quarter. And it's just getting consistency. On a defense, all is just to continue to work and as a unit. We had some great players last year. Defense kept us in a lot of games. Struggled. Keep building on that. I think. Defensively, I hope we've seen that we're probably a little further ahead than we've been in the past, and hopefully that gets us over to week 1.
We looked at your schedule with our football previews, and it's a tough schedule that you guys have put together. Talk about the challenges ahead and how excited you are to face the teams that you do this year.
It's very exciting. For one, being at Mooney as long as I was, you really didn't get the local rivalries. When the Still Valley, when I played, you had Warren Hardens and the Boardmans and the Fitches of the world that played. And then you kind of lose those guys when they join the Federal League. But just all the different local teams, so for that is good because, our guys know the kids that they're playing against. So, you're back to the bragging rights and you're back to having a little too much pride to go out there and get beat up on by, whether it's relatives or friends or neighbors or, whatever it is, guys you play Pee Wee football with. But it's a challenge, it's not something that you can, weeks that you guys have, something where 1 week you can be really up for a game and the next week, you can kind of be even keel and kind of just fight through a game. I mean, it's a gauntlet, and we're gonna have to be ready to perform week in and week out. I'm not caught up in the records and the new faces. Everybody we play have proven legitimate programs, and that's what we're trying to build here. So until we get to that point where we have a program that's in place, and guys know what to do when they get here all the time. All the guys. It's going to be a challenge, playing the Ursulines, the Mooners, the Borbans, the Fitches, the Warren Hardings, Canfield. It's going to be a challenge, but we're ready for it.
You talk about your time at Mooney, and I know your playing time under Coach Butchie and how close of a relationship you two had when you were playing with Mooney, Coach. So I guess my question is there any aspects from Coach Butchie's style of coaching that you're utilizing and instilling in Chaney football?
Yeah. The big thing he taught was the fundamentals, the technique, just learning how to do the little things, and trying to get, our boys to understand that the little things are what make football teams great. Not always the, everybody sees the long touchdown runs or the passes, but it's just all the little things that happen during those plays that people don't realize. And that was something that he always harped on. It was just technique, and he worked it, 4 hours a day, and the other thing I got from him and I use here is, he coached hard. He was going to be on you. He was going to hold you accountable. But, he loved us harder, and look out for us, and he was going to take care of us. He get on your behind, but, at the same time, he's going to pat you on the back when you do what you're supposed to do. He's not just going to beat you up when you're down and leave you there. So he was a coach that everybody wanted to play for, through a brick wall for him, and I'm just trying to same mentality here.
Talk about some of the leaders that you're going to lean on this year to lead this team throughout the season.
We have quite a few. Our captains this year are Jason Hewlett, who's a junior. Jason's just a tremendous athlete. I would put him up against anybody in the state right now, as far as being all around one of the best players in the entire state of Ohio. You have J.R. Tellington, who been playing. Since we started. He's been playing varsity since we've had varsity. He's a wrestler and a rugby player, and just hard nosed. And those two are probably our biggest vocal players. They're to get in your face and challenge you and verbally, holdable. Juwan Freeman is another one that is verbal, and his work ethic is unreal. Just to see him transform from last year and even the beginning of this year to where he is now is a testament to him and how hard he's worked and just getting his mind right for everything. And then you have the silent leaders in Clive Wilson and Willis Williams, Javante, we call him Russell, Javant. But they're two guys that they just go out and work. They don't say much, but you just see the effort and you see what they do. And Russell, as we call him, he's a jack of all trades. He does a little bit of everything. Every defensive line, he'll play some fullback, some tight end, split out as a receiver. Very unselfish, and those are the guys that our team has been looking up to.
preview this week 1 matchup with the Falcons for me, because I know I'm excited about it. I love both of these programs so much, and I'm close with both of these programs. So preview the matchup a little bit for me and talk to me. Give me your thoughts on the old week 1 matchup with Fitch being back.
I think it's good for the area, for the community. Youngstown is a big football city. Color, hard-nosed, hard-working people, and I think with these two programs. As far as what Fitch does this year, we're not very familiar. There's no film exchange, and I guess that's a personal thing on their end, which we're fine with. So we watched film last year, and we're ready and preparing to do what we do. It's just going to be fun. They got quite a few guys from the city of Youngstown, guys that some of our boys went to school with, junior high, elementary school, played football with, until last year in junior high before they go to Austin. So, just that rivalry and that, those feelings and just kind of wanting to beat your friends and all that stuff. I mean, it's great to have it back.
Talk a little bit about your coaching staff. We know head coaches get all the limelight, get all the interviews, obviously, but they wouldn't be anywhere without their staff and the people that support them. So talk about the coaches you have under you and how much they bring to the program.
Yeah, I mean, our coaches mean everything to the program. One thing I tell our coaches and I tell our boys all the time is there's a person bigger in this program, and that's including myself. On the offensive side of the ball, you have Matt Garcher, who coached for a couple years, took a year off and came back and is coaching quarterbacks and really has Jason ready to play. We have Seth Ladd, who had no John, and then Jason, stepped in for him. And then this being Jason's first full year of getting all of his reps and drills and individual quarterback has really helped, and the coach has done that. Tyler Thompson is a Chaney grad. He's coaching our receivers. We have some good weapons on the outside. So that's going to be offensive line. Rogers. Tyrell played for me at Mooney. This is his third year coach. He's a freshman coach. Excuse me. Running back coach is Carrington Griffin. Carrington was well over 1,000-yard rusher when I coached at Mooney. He was on that 09 team with Braylon Hurd and all those guys, and he was just a tremendous athlete that just couldn't wait to get back into coaching. And I've been trying to get him for a couple years, and just his schedule wouldn't allow it, but it finally did. So we were lucky to get him. On the defense side of the ball, you have Chuck Harris, who's doing the defensive ends and has done a tremendous job. When you see, the offers that Clive Wilson has, the offers that J.R. Tellington has, and guys came in raw. Clive didn't play football until 10th grade. So to see the growth in those two guys is a testament to Chuck. Brandon Dotson is our D tackles coach, and when you're in the trench, you got to be a tough guy, and he always has our guys ready to go and ready to play. Our linebackers are Johnson and Jason Hewlett, and they're just both great coaches, getting guys ready. We're linebacker position, but they've really coached hard and got these reps and ready to play. And then in the secondary, you have John Kopp, who this is his first year coaching. He's another one that played for me at Mooney, but his dad has been a head coach at Fitch, and he coached me at Mooney when I played. So it's in his bloodline to be a coach. So we have those guys are ready to go, and they got our guys ready.
Talk to me a little bit too, Coach, about the community involvement with the program and how heavily they've been involved, and how much it means to the West Side to have the Chaney football program be back and prevalent again.
Yeah, old school. I'm the kind of guy where I believe it takes a village to be there for kids, and we've been very fortunate. Whether it's been families from Mooney, whether I'm not from Chaney like Brad Smith, or just family members that have really been involved. Brad was here all of June, and he came to practice every day of June. he worked with Jason as well at quarterback. He will run some routes. He, a little bit of running here and there, but just to have him here and have that presence, as a coach, as an alumni, and guys can see that NFL player and know that he came from the same streets that they grew up in, growing up in, and he went to the same high school that they're in now. Is really that community involvement has really helped. Even just little things like being able to eat every day after practice, and that was, Maurice Claret, just kind of back to the community, giving back to the city. And he always says he wouldn't have what he has without the city of Youngstown. So any chance he can give back, he will. And he provided us with a caterer who catered meals every day after practice during 2 days, Monday through Saturday, for these guys to eat. So, I mean, that's been great, and then we have teachers and guidance counselors and school counselors, parents, everybody just kind of pitches in and helps. And you just start to see when we go out to different places, actually the Palms Cafe, Dubik's is a well-known place on the West Side establishment, and you get a lot of former alumni and just West Siders, and you go down there, and that's all they talk about is just Chaney football being back and the things that we're doing, and and everything that the Browns have done for us. Even this year with going up to utility, we're one of a handful of schools that were invited to come up and get stuff that we may need for practice. So we got spikes and practice pants and practice jerseys and everything. Tennis shoes and winter clothes and T-shirts, just things that we can pass out to our boys, and I don't want to say be their little team, but they've really been looking out for us for the past few years, and it's been great.
When you talk about game days coming back tomorrow, what's your game day routine? What kind of things do you go through on game day yourself?
A lot of nerves. One thing I do not do is sleep. I've been like this since I played Pee Wee football. I sleep well at night. I get out in the morning, just get out of bed at 5 in the morning, and just kind of pace and walk around, and then from there, it's a little different here. I've all the equipment managers and things like myself and other coaches. We come and we just kind of get things ready for the game. The uniforms and making sure we needed game balls and towels and headsets and cameras, and just kind of get all that stuff ready. And then we have a team meal together, and then just rolling right into everything with team meetings and walkthroughs and special team meetings, and then head for the game. But for me, really no same routine besides the fact that I can't sleep, and I just kind of walk around. I usually don't eat, nervous throughout the day, and after the game is over, then it's kind of get ready for films and next week.
Coach, my final question for you too. I know there's a lot of big matchups in the area week 1. There's Canfield, Poland, there's South Range and Springfield. But I've been pushing Fitch and Chaney for quite some time. I know I'll be there Friday night, but tell all of our viewers why Fitch is going to be the place to be to see Chaney Fitch Friday night.
I think it's the place to be because like I said, the rivalry, is back. You have 2 story programs that's been around. You have the history and the tradition of both schools. You have a that has been playing for many years, and then Chaney lead, and they sports. In 2010, and now you're looking at 11 years later. You have the programs up and running again, and you're just going to have good athletes on both sides of the ball, staffs on field. I'm hoping we have a jam-packed house, but it's different. It's different when you play football, in Youngstown. I'm not taking away from, the South Range, Springfields, or, anything like that. When I was in school, the Still Valley, and it was the City Series, and those were the games. While you would catch a Mooney Camel game that Sean Patton played, and so these kind of games, have meant a lot to communities, and to have it back, right now, just with COVID finally ending, and just with some of the tough times going on in young, I think this is something a lot of people in our city are looking forward to. A lot of people in our city are supporting us and backing us. And I think this is a win that's needed for our city.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Good luck tomorrow night, and we will talk to you again real soon.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hello and welcome all you football fans for another installment of YSN Live Football. Tonight the Battle of the West Side is back as the Austintown Fitch Falcons hosting in the Chaney Cowboys as we get ready for kickoff. As you got to see both our pre-recorded interviews with both Coach TJ Parker and Coach Chris Emil of the Chaney Cowboys. Got to get a little bit of insight off of both of them as our proud owner DJ Yoakley interviewing Coach Parker, and Anthony Hartwig and myself both getting an interview in with Coach Emil prior to this game. Both teams taking this game very seriously as game number one getting ready on the docket. Looks like Chaney won the toss and deferred to the Falcons, so the Falcons will open up with possession. As getting ready to tee off the kick and get us started is J.R. Tellington. Back ready to return the kick as both Cam Smith and D.J. Williams. As we get the ball set up at the 40-yard line, ready to go as Tellington lines up his kick, takes his steps back, as we have a packed house here in Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown as football is back and the kickoff is underway, and a squib kick right to the 20. That one's going to be hauled in, and the knee, they're going to say, I believe, touched the ground, and they're going to mark them down right around the 22, make it the 23-yard line, and that is where the Falcons, led by senior quarterback Devin Sherwood, will start. As the Falcons, 6-0 last season, did come away with a victory against these Chaney Cowboys, 25-21 in the regular season. But as you remember, it was a tale of two halves, a first half that Chaney primarily dominated in the 2020 season. As Fitch getting ready, as Sherwood starting in out of the shotgun. Three receivers to his right, one to his left. Running back Mitchell in the backfield. On his hip, he hands off, fakes the handoff, no to Mitchell, and goes screen pass to the right side, able to haul that one in for some good gains, just short of the first down by a yard, as I believe that one was hauled in and caught by number 13 for the Falcons, Jaden Eli, as he picks up his first reception. Falcons a yard short of the first, getting ready for 2nd and 1. Sherwood staying in the shotgun. The snap again goes right back to the play. Screen pass to Eli. He finds the seam, finds the first down, steps out of bounds, but he does have the first just shy of the 45-yard line. So at the 43, the Falcons will set up as Sherwood getting his first down of the drive. Chaney going to have to look to stop that screen pass as the Falcons set up immediately in the same formation, and a whistle blown. We'll have to see here. And I believe, nope, no call on the field. They're just, I believe, resetting, so we're good. Starting here now at the 43, 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Lining up Sherwood in the shotgun. Again, same formation as before. Hands off this time to Mitchell, and Mitchell getting stuffed by that incredible Chaney defensive line. And they went for the run game that time. Did not work out, as we expect the run game is going to be a hard thing to establish for the Falcons in this game, because that front seven of Chaney is mighty good. Chaney utilizing a 4-3 defense, typically 4 men on the line, use 2 defensive tackles and 2 D ends. Falcons now in a 2nd and long scenario. Sherwood out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. Keeps it himself, gonna have to run up, and that is gonna be a sack in the backfield as Chaney getting on Sherwood quickly. And after a quick first down by the Falcons, Chaney now got them back on their heels in a 3rd and long scenario. And now have to see what Fitch can pull. Rabbit out of the hat time as they go again. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 4 receivers set as Mitchell on the right hip of Sherwood. As Sherwood, again, staying in the shotgun primarily with the Falcons offense. And we have a jump on Chaney's side, and that's going to cost them 5. As you looked at the one end, and it looked like that was J.R. Tellington that jumped initially. So it's going to cost Chaney 5 yards, and those are mistakes you're going to have to limit if you're the Cowboys going up against the Falcons. You don't want to give them any extra yards, especially when you have them back on their heels. So it moves them a little bit closer, about 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 situation now for the Falcons as they set up again, same formation. Sherwood takes the snap, pump fakes the first patch, now runs it himself, goes up the middle, makes the cut, and he gets the first down and some more, and the Falcons able to convert 3rd down, and Jevin Sherwood, the improviser, looked around, didn't have anything to pass. The pocket was closing up on him rather quickly, was able to improvise his way out of it, pick up a first down for the Falcons as they have now moved into Cowboy territory. Right around the 44-yard line now, Sherwood setting up. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. As the handoff to Mitchell is fake. Now screen pass over to the left. Trying to bulldoze his way up. Going to get close to the first down. Going to get the first down and some more. And he piles his way into out-of-bounds territory. But it's another first down for the Falcons as they're working themselves within the 30 now. As Fitch just about on the outskirts of the red zone, looking for the first score of the game. Going quickly is Sherwood. Right back into the same formation is Fitch. Taking the snap. Hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to go right up the gut. Bounces off of a couple tacklers. Fights forward for 5. And now the Falcons setting themselves up in good 2nd down situation. You're looking at about a 2nd and 6 now for Fitch, lining up right at the 25, so they are on the cusp of the red zone, working themselves into field goal territory. And going 2 wide out to the right, and then 2 receivers to the left. As Mitchell again on that right hip of Sherwood. Sherwood taking the snap, holds in the pocket, now bolts forward. He's going to get the first down and some more as he extends the arm. I believe he got it right around it. I think they're going to give it to him. And it looks like maybe they're going to call him just short. Let's see. And it looks like they are going to be just short. Looks like he had the first down, but the officials mark him short. So it's going to be a 3rd and inches scenario now for the Falcons within the 20-yard line. As now, Mitchell on the right hip of Sherwood. Sherwood taking in the snap. Again, handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell going to get the first down, and he falls forward for some extra yards. And now in the red zone are the Falcons as they threaten to score first in this matchup with Chaney. You're looking at 8:47 remaining in the first quarter as the Falcons continuing to move with this drive, looking to finish it now with a score as they are in the red zone. 1st and 10 lining up as in the backfield. Off to the left is Mitchell. The snap from Sherwood. Handoff again and bolting forward and getting extra yards on it as he was able to fight for the extra yards. As that was a sub in, DJ Williams getting the carry on that one for the Falcons. So DJ Williams with a nice carry, bringing up a 2nd down now. A 2nd and short, looks like about 2nd and 1 or 2 as the Falcons now threatening to score. Fitch again the snap, goes right back to Williams. Williams is stopped up short of the end zone, but does get the first down, and it is 1st and goal within the 5 for the Falcons. And now Falcons will be setting up on their own 4-yard line, or excuse me, on Chaney's 4-yard line, as they are looking for the first score of the game. 1st and goal as Sherwood again. As we're going to see a new formation here as Cam Smith is checked in as this is what they call him, the Falcon. It's the Wildcat formation. Cam Smith has it, takes it right up the middle, dives forward. Did he get it? And let's see, what is the call on the field? And it looks like he was stopped up just short of the touchdown as Cam Smith, utilized as the new Nate Leskovac in that they call him the Falcon there. It's used as the Wildcat. 2nd and goal right on the cusp of a touchdown for the Falcons as they line up again. Cam Smith, the Falcon, and a whistle before the play is off and a flag is on the field. We'll see who the call is, and I believe they're calling it an encroachment on Chaney's side, so that's going to re-rack it and make it a 1st down, half the distance to the goal. So 1st and inches becomes 1st and an inch, and or 2nd and inches becomes 1st and an inch now for the Falcons as Chaney backs against the wall, and Falcons with a prime opportunity to come away with the first score in this ball game. Again, Cam Smith out in the Falcon. He has it. He's going to bolt his way forward, trying to stop him. I don't think he did. Let's see as he close. Again, another stop, though, as again, another huge stop by Chaney, as it looked like, again, Smith piled forward, but it says that, I guess, his knee stopped up short. So Chaney with a huge stop on 1st. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and inches scenario now for the Falcons. And it looks like they're going to sub out Cam Smith after going 3 straight looks out of the Wildcat, getting 2 plays off. Devin Sherwood now coming back out as DJ Williams out on the field with Sherwood as the primary back. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The handoff to Williams, and it was a close. I don't know if he fought his way in there. Did he? As they're calling it again, and they're calling it a touchdown as DJ Williams has a reservation for 6, and it is a 6-0 Falcons lead to start as Chaney tried to put up an iron wall at the end zone. Couldn't quite account for Williams. 6-0 Falcons to start. As extra point pending by Josiah Burney, but the Falcons grabbing the early lead on their first possession of the game. 6:08 left, so taking significant amount of time with their first drive. Extra point is up, extra point is good, and it is a 7-0 Falcons lead here in the first quarter. 6:08 remaining as Chaney going to get the ball. We're going to take a real quick break, and we will be back with Chaney's receiving end of the kickoff right after this.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for Chaney receiving their kickoff, as they will have their first offensive possession coming towards them here, as the Falcons getting ready to kick off after taking a 7-0 lead, thanks to the rushing touchdown of DJ Williams, as Devin Sherwood was able to get the Falcons out of a crucial 3rd and 8 scenario that enabled them to cap off that drive with a touchdown. Chaney now looking for the response. Josiah Burney getting ready for the kickoff. As back and ready to receive, that is Jermaine Martin in the kickoff returner role, I believe, as well as Jason Hewlett. And that kick again is Squibb takes a big bounce and able to haul that one in, try to bulldozer their way forward. And Chaney going to start off with good field position, just shy of their own 40-yard line, as Jason Hewlett, the Chaney quarterback, getting his first looks under center as the new Chaney quarterback starting in the season. We look at some of the other offensive players around for Chaney in the backfield. Running back wise, you got J.R. Tellington, Jace Austin Amil, and the wide receiver core, Kevion Mitchell, DeJuan Waller, Jermaine Martin, and then their offensive line of Jalen Berry, Jawan Freeman, Mark Stenkorb, Elijah Carter, and Rolando Bruno. As Rolando Bruno, pair of a couple good offensive tackles for Chaney as Hewlett takes it and immediately off to the races and gets a first down. And Jason Hewlett, the speed of number 5 for Chaney is going to be a problem for the Falcons all night long as he comes out of the backfield like a speeding bullet, rushes his way forward for an easy first down. And stepping right back into it, both backs in the back with Hewlett as Hewlett out of the shotgun, takes the snap, the handoff, he keeps it himself, and Hewlett with a good fake fights his way forward for about half, little more than half, call it about 7 or 8. As it is 2nd down and 2 now for Chaney. And boy, oh boy, are they moving quickly and not holding anything back against this Falcons defense, going right at it, attacking it with the rush. Couple of good runs already got him into Falcons territory. As again, Hewlett stepping into the backfield. He takes the snap. Hewlett now looks, fights to his right, and now the pass deep right, and it is out of bounds, trying to find his man right there on the end zone. Would have been a great pass if he could just bring it in a little bit more. Accuracy was there. It was in the vicinity, but good defense played by the Falcons now, and it is now a 3rd and 4 scenario. But with the running of Chaney, that is going to be the biggest question mark, is if the Falcons can stop the run of the Cowboys, as Hewlett again out of the shotgun. Run back, Tellington in the backfield. He hands it to Tellington. No, he keeps it himself as Hewlett fights forward for the first down. And it is first down in Falcon territory, just shy of the 35-yard line. A perfect fake off to Tellington. Hewlett kept it himself and got the first. As that deadly combination of Jason Hewlett and J.R. Tellington is going to give so many defenses nightmares, as the speed and the jet burners of those two in the backfield is going to create all sorts of problems. You're going to have to spy them if you are the Falcons in this scenario. So you're looking at 1st and 10 right at the 38-yard line. As again, Hewlett going with 2 backs back with him. As Hewlett takes the snap, hands it off, this time to Tellington. Tellington bouncing off of Falcons, and he finally comes down after a significant gain of about 5. As J.R. Tellington gets 4 yards on the carry, as he was first initially touched, it looked like after about a 2-yard gain, dragged a couple of Falcons with him, another 2, make it 4 yards on the gain. 4:10 left in the first quarter of play as Chaney now with a 2nd and 6 scenario in Falcons territory. As again, Jason Hewlett taking the snap as the handoff to Jace Austin Hamil, and Austin Hamil trying to go right up the gut, and he's going to be about a yard or 2 shy of the first as Chaney looking at about a 3rd and 2 scenario at the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 31, and that's going to be about 2.5 yards short. They're going to call it 3, so a 3rd and 3 scenario now for the Cowboys. As in a 3rd and 3 scenario, down 7-0, you might even see him go 4 down territory here, especially with the running of Hewlett. Hewlett takes him himself. They try to bring it on that left side, but Hewlett denied him, went the other way with it, and it looks like he got the first. And he did, as Hewlett been running to his left the last few times, even on the fake-offs. This time looked his left, and they had someone scout it that way and said, fine, I'll just take it to the right, as he gets the first down now, as the Cowboys now on the 25-yard line, threatening to respond to the Falcons' 7-0 lead. We're looking at 3:05 left in the first quarter as Jason Hewlett in the shotgun with Austin Hamil in the backfield. He hands it off to Hamil, and Hamil is stopped up short as he has got about maybe a yard, if that, on the play. 2nd and long now for the Cowboys. As both teams taking significant amount of time off of the clock in the first quarter, as we are now sub 3 minutes for the Cowboys in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 scenario on the 25 of Austintown. As Austintown able to get their first score of the game off of a rushing touchdown by DJ Williams. And that is the difference in the game to this point. As 2 backs in the backfield with Jason Hewlett. Jason Hewlett taking the snap, hands it off to Tellington. Tellington, no, kept it himself. They give Jason Hewlett bulldozes his way for about 4, it looks like. And it's going to be a big 3rd down and about 6 scenario for the Cowboys as they try to even this game up. And it looks like a timeout called wisely. I think that was the Falcons that called it. We'll have to see. But 2:14, the clock is stopped now. And we're going to see. No, it was a flag, excuse me. But a flag being picked up. And I believe it was and they're calling this one, I think it was a tackle low is what I saw. I think they were saying, I think is what they said, by all intents and purposes, they're giving them a 15-yard penalty. They're moving the Cowboys back, and this is not going to sit well with the Cowboys faithful, as now 15 yards pushed back as they were driving now, and this is going to put them in a 2nd and very long scenario of about 2nd and 20 plus yards now. So now Cowboys have a lot of room to make up 2nd down. Hewlett in the backfield, taking the snap now, looking to his left, going to try to uncork it, avoids the first tackle, throws it deep, able to make the connection with his receiver, tackled outside. Flag is down on the play. We'll have to await the call. As able to make the connection, but this one, we'll have to see what the call is on the field. And it looks like they're moving back as this one's going to be waved off. And I think they called a hold on Chaney. And that's going to push them back even further now. You're looking at a 2nd and some more now, even more. The Chaney Cowboys now are going to be put right around, I think, the 50. As now the Cowboys are going to have about second or third now. Well, no, it's going to be second because they're going to replay the down. As that is just unfortunate for the Cowboys. A couple of penalties that could be questionable calls, but now Chaney from all the way on the edge of the red zone to now backing up all the way behind the 45, and another whistle is blown, and I think this one goes against the Falcons. I think there was a jump. And this one, they're pointing the way of the Falcons, and I think there was an initial jump. So we've had about 25 yards, 30 yards of movement, and not a single play in the last about 5 minutes here in this game. As now Chaney yet again will get to move the ball. This time they're moving it forward as Falcons jumping offside. So now Chaney right at about the 47 as they're trying to convert a monstrous 2nd and 37 situation. And in this situation, if you're Chaney, you're just looking to get about half of these yards back if possible. As Hewlett in the shotgun takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Tellington, keeps it himself, but the Falcons had that one scouted perfectly as Chaney went to the well one too many times, and they got him in the backfield, and it is going to be about 3rd and a country mile in a 3rd and 41 scenario for Chaney. And in this scenario, I don't think you see him air it out. I've seen stranger things happen, but you need to take care of the football, and you can't avoid a turnover, especially in your own territory now. But still, unfortunate for the Cowboys to have a few turnovers, few penalties like that called on them. And a couple penalties. The one I wasn't even entirely sure on what they called. It was a tackle, I think they said below, and you want to try to protect them with the tackles, but I didn't see the initial play as they were able to break it and able to get a decent amount of the yards back was Hewlett. He was able to find that corner route and get it all the way up back into Falcons territory, but they are at the 40. And I believe a timeout is called by the Falcons, and it looks like an injury down on the field as a Cowboy is down, and this is not what you want to see as trainers going out. They're going to go tend to him. We're going to take a real quick break as we hope everything is all right. We're going to try to get a name and everything and make sure everyone's okay. We'll be back with this on ysnlive.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home.
Well, folks, we are back at Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown, Ohio, as the one thing you never want to happen in a sports game or anything at the high school level has unfortunately happened, as the quarterback for the Chaney Cowboys, Jason Hewlett, has gone down on the last play. They are bringing the stretcher out. We're going to wait to hear word from him as a very scary situation unfolding here in Austintown, Ohio. Of course, we wishing Jason Hewlett the best and hope that he gets a speedy recovery, and we wish him all the best of wishes as we are praying for both Jason and the Hewlett family. Your family here at YSN is with you and supporting you through all of this, Jason. And we hope that you're okay, and we hope the best and everything going forward through this injury, as we will be again right back on ysnlive.com as they are going to continue to tend to quarterback Jason Hewlett.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience and comprehensive wealth strategy, we assist our clients attain their goals. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealthadvisors.com. Good luck, athletes!
It's a new year at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi with huge savings on over 350 fully inspected vehicles. We have cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and work vehicles. If we don't have it, our team will find it. We aim for 100% credit approval with payments as low as $99 per month. And as always, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. For a great vehicle and a great experience, come see why everyone is stopping by at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers.
As a standing ovation in Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium, as it looks like they were able to get Jason Hewlett mobile again. I think they got him on the stretcher, I believe, as it does seem like he is responsive, though, from what we're seeing right now. I believe he is responsive. Running out right now is his partner in the backfield, and that dynamic duo of J.R. Tellington, and now a bunch of the Cowboys are running over now to check on their teammate Jason Hewlett, as again, we at the YSN family wish nothing but the best for the Hewlett family, and we hope the best as both the Falcons and the Cowboys coming together to form a circle around Hewlett, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is just about what sports is all about. You talk about the West Side rival, you talk about how these two teams are coming into this game and they're excited, but when all comes down and when push comes to shove, these are all high school kids at the end of the day, and these kids are, most of the time, they're all friends, and they want to support each other, and they want to make sure that each other is okay, and that's one thing you never want to see is any serious injury. And again, we hope the best to Jason Hewlett, but the situation now at hand, because we're looking at a game and we still have 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It is a fourth down scenario for Chaney, 4th and long, 4th and 26. They are on the Falcons' 41-yard line, but a bigger issue at hand now for the Cowboys is who is going to be their new starting quarterback, as Coach Emil and the Cowboys are going to have to scramble to think of a new offense, as it seems like adversity never shies away from Coach Emil after having to coach through COVID and everything last year, and having the issues of not being able to get the weight rooms and having the kids to work out on their own last year. Now, Coach Emil going to have to deal with some more adversity, but hey, he's done nothing but build his boys up for it. He's gotten his boys ready for it. Don't you dare count the Chaney Cowboys out of this game just yet, as now Hewlett being stretchered off, and again, we wish him the best. We're going to take one final quick break, and hopefully on the other end of this, we can get back to some football. Again, all the best to Jason Hewlett and the entire Hewlett family.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody, as we are getting ready again, as ready for the punt is J.R. Tellington, as Tellington getting the punt off for Chaney. They're going to call the fair catch, going to take a friendly bounce for the Cowboys, and they're going to stop the Falcons just shy of their own 5-yard line. So the Falcons going to be deep in their own territory to start, as Chaney going to play the field position game, and now going to have to look to refocus and get the ball back. 36 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Falcons are going to start 1st and 10 on their own 7-yard line, as now Chaney going to have to refocus after the unfortunate injury to their quarterback. Now going to have to try to refocus and get the ball back against a dangerous Falcons offense. As again, Sherwood back out on the field, as Mitchell, I believe, has returned to the backfield with him. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, as Sherwood into shotgun takes the snap. Hand off to his running back, Mitchell, as Mitchell makes that singular cut, fights forward for about 3 to 4 on the carry. As you're looking at about a 2nd and 6 now, as Tyree Mitchell able to get about 3 to 4 on the carry. So a 2nd and 5, for the Falcons, as Sherwood and Tyree Mitchell able to rush for half the yardage needed for the Falcons, as Sherwood taking the snap, uncorks it, finds the seam route as Eli, and he's unable to come away with the catch as it was in the fingertips, and Chaney counting their lucky stars and counting their blessings as they got away with one there, as that's got to fire you up if you are the Cowboy defense, getting that one back. But you definitely need to keep your eye on Jaden Eli. He was able to break that seam on that streak route, and boy, if he was able to hold on the ball, he had a reservation for 6 in the end zone. As now the Falcons, at the end of the first quarter, going to have to come up with a 3rd and 5 scenario as we are getting ready for the start of the second quarter, which will be right back after this on ysnlive.com.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the Falcons to start. 3rd and 5 situation for the Falcons as they are in their own territory. Chaney looking for a big 3rd down stop as Sherwood, Tyree Mitchell in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. 4 receiver set for Sherwood. Takes the snap. He's going to take it, and they get pressured, and they get him early as the Chaney Cowboys able to stop up Sherwood before he can get the motors running and get the legs churning, as Chaney now stopping up Fitch for a big 4th down situation. 4th and 8 deep in Fitch's own territory, looking for the Falcons to punt as Chaney quickly able to get the ball back. Back ready to receive it is Jace Austin-Amil, the punt returner for the Cowboys. As now back ready to punt, I believe that is still, let's see, I believe Carlo Walters still back ready to punt. As Dom Crone looks to get the punt off, and it is squibbed as it falls forward, and the Cowboys have it in their own territory. As that ball could have been disastrous, as it was squibbed. It didn't go far. It was touched multiple times, but able to rattle that one in. I believe it was initially touched by the Cowboys, which meant that was a live ball. Had Falcons came away with it, they get the ball back, but nevertheless, Chaney able to fall on it. They set themselves up in the red zone now all of a sudden. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line, and the Cowboys all of a sudden are in business as the newly inserted quarterback of J.R. Tellington is on the field, or excuse me, not the new quarterback, as J.R. Tellington on the field. The new quarterback is number 17 for the Cowboys, and let me get you a name on that real quickly. It is going to be Andrew Galt, the sophomore quarterback for them. Andrew Galt, number 17, checking in for the Cowboys, as this sophomore going to get more experience now than he would have probably ever gotten in the year other than an injury occurring. So now Galt with an opportunity. J.R. Tellington in the back. Galt taking the snap, hand off to Tellington, and Tellington, the human refrigerator unit, carrying Falcons with him. 5 yards, got him to the 10. As now J.R. Tellington has set up Chaney right around the 10-yard line, and they're on the 11, just on the cusp of the 10-yard line, as they are working 2nd and 6 still. Not a 1st and goal situation yet for the Cowboys. Again, Galt is back. Tellington in the backfield with him. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Galt takes a high snap, hands it back off to Tellington. Tellington trying to drag all the Falcons. It takes about 5 players to get him on the ground before Galt, I believe, ended up with the ball, and they're going to call it a drop ball. And now the play is ruled dead, but it is now 3rd and 7 on the 12-yard line, as Chaney going to need to figure something out, as they are now within scoring distance of tying this game, as they're 12 yards out at this point, as Galt has yet to throw the ball, but in the backfield now. Got one running back, and again, a whistle is blown as a flag is thrown. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 scenario. We'll await to see what the call is. And they're going to call a false start penalty on Jalen Berry, and that's going to push him back 5 more. So now it is 3rd and 12, and penalties, some third down penalties again hurting Chaney, but now 3rd and 12. Galt takes the snap, fires forward, goes to the end zone, and that one is picked off in the end zone. Did he keep his feet in? And it is an interception, able to keep his feet in, and that's going to bring it back out to the 20-yard line. I think coming away with that interception on the Falcons side of things, I think they call that number 9. I believe Deshaun Vaughn was the one coming away with the interception, so his first pick of the year as Deshaun Vaughn gets a pick in the end zone. Falcons getting the ball back at their own 20. So Chaney, again, a missed opportunity in the red zone. Going to need to try to finish these offensive scoring opportunities and finish it with some points on the board as now Falcons look to re-aim and get themselves up by 2 possessions. Chaney looking for another stop as Sherwood takes that first snap, hands it over to DJ Williams. DJ Williams unable to get much going as that front 7 and more importantly the front 4 of the defensive line of Chaney just building up a huge curtain that unable to get around it was DJ Williams. So a 2nd and long scenario now for the Falcons as they got stopped up right there around the 16-yard line. So 3 to 4 yard loss on the play as they were able to stop DJ Williams in the backfield. 2nd and long for the Falcons as we see motion up front and the snap from Sherwood, and he pitches it over to his running back and able to hold onto it through the contact was Williams, able to get about half of the yards he needed, a little bit more than half as he got stopped up right at that 25-yard line, mark it at 3rd and about 5. As now a sideline warning has been called on the Falcons, and they are addressing that as the first and only warning as what we are hearing. Nevertheless, a 3rd and 5 scenario as Sherwood looks to take aim again. As 3 wide out to Sherwood's right, and it looks like another jump. I believe they got that one on Tellington this time. As again, the Falcons able to get a jump off sides, and this is one thing the Falcons have been working really well. Sometimes it's not about the athletics part of it. It's not about what's done on the field. It's what's done mentally, and the penalty game is a huge proponent of it, and Fitch heavily winning the penalties right now, and definitely going to need to be something Chaney looks to be more efficient in going forward as the Falcons a gifted first down now at the 30 as Sherwood gives the handoff to his man Mitchell and forward at the 40-yard line. As DJ Williams, with the rush. He got another big one, got stopped up right around the 40, good for about 9 to 10 for Williams. As now Sherwood again taking the snap, goes right back to Williams. Williams goes back to work, got about a yard, maybe 2 on the run, but you're looking at 2nd and 8 now for the Falcons as they have moved to the 45-yard line of their own 45-yard line, I should say. So 5 yards short of the 50 are the Falcons. There's 7.5 minutes to go in the first half of play. And now Fitch looking to work their way into Chaney territory and get themselves up by 2 possessions. 7-0 Fitch leading it. Sherwood goes for the pass, gets it to Eli. Eli with a nice fake out, and there he goes, off to the races. And it's taken out on the sideline, just inside the 30-yard line. Mark him at the 37, as now Jordan Eli has worked himself into Cowboy territory as the Falcons threatening to score yet again. As looks like substitution coming in as bringing in Kevon Mitchell, for Chaney as Kevon Mitchell is checking in. They're putting him at corner, trying to get somebody on Eli. You got to figure. And a whistle is blown. I believe timeout was called, and Coach Emil definitely wants to call that one back. Sees something he didn't like on that last play as Eli was able to pick up significant amount of yards on the catch. And, of course, Chris Emil does not want that repeating, especially with the Falcons being in their own territory. So we'll take a real quick 30-second break as this game, as well as everything with the audible call, is brought to you by WRS.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience and comprehensive wealth strategy, we assist our clients attain their goals. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealthadvisors.com. Good luck, athletes!
Welcome back, everybody, as the Falcons looking to further their lead as it stands 7-0, as it is a big first down and 10 scenario for the Falcons. They are in Chaney territory, as they're on the 27-yard line, as Sherwood taking the snap and getting it to his running back Mitchell, but Mitchell stopped up after a gain of maybe a yard on the carry, and it's going to keep Falcons in a 2nd and long scenario now. You look at field goal territory, we've seen Josiah Burneye kick it from a little bit closer. You want to ideally get him to around the 20 and within the 20 if possible. So see what the Falcons are looking to do now. As Tyree Mitchell back in, they put him into motion. Sherwood fires a seed over the center, and it is complete. And it's caught right around that 20-yard line. Still going to be short of a first down. Nevertheless, it is going to be 3rd and short for the Falcons. Now at the 20, you got to figure Fitch at the 20, 21-yard line now has worked themselves into a favorable field goal position to try to take a 2-possession lead. But we know Coach Parker, and we know field goals aren't in his vocabulary. As now, Devin Sherwood looking to make another big 3rd down conversion, trying to do it with his legs. Fakes out one. He's close near it, but I think they got him stopped up short as he got about 2. He needed 3. It's going to be 4th and short now for the Falcons. So decisions, as now Fitch going to have to look to see if they want to go field goal here or if they want to try for it on 4th. And it looks like they're going to go for it as Sherwood back out on the field, 4th down and short, as Devin Sherwood in a 4th and 2 scenario in Chaney territory and trying to draw offsides. They've been able to do it a few times, and now the timeout is called by Coach Parker. They got him to jump off sides a few times, and you got to figure, too, Coach Mill, that was one of the things he said in that timeout was, don't jump off sides. We can't keep giving them free yards, as Fitch trying to draw him off sides, likely to go for the field goal now. Try to take a 10-0 lead. This is going to be interesting, though, in a field goal scenario and all extra points, because if you listen to Coach Parker's interview with DJ prior to this matchup, he talked about that front line of Chaney and how he expects it to give him fits, and he wants to go right at him, and he knows his offensive line is ready and prepared to face Chaney, but Chaney has some big boys off that offensive line. One of the edge rushers, just to give you a name of guys you might know from other sports, Clive Wilson being one of those, the 6'6", 250-pound plus defensive end coming at you. He's able to make some bodies move. So definitely special teams unit going to need to be wary of protecting that ball. And hopefully you don't want any blocked kicks or any situations like that. But no, it looks like, again, no, bringing back out Devin Sherwood. So they're going to go for it here. Interesting turn of events as Sherwood back out on the field. They've decided to go for it as Sherwood taking the snap. 4th and short. Sherwood fires over the middle, almost picked off, able to get a hand on it, unable to come away with the interception, but nonetheless a huge defensive stop for Chaney as a turnover on downs gets the Cowboys the ball back right around the 20-yard line. As huge stop for Chaney. That was Christian Jones, the linebacker for the Cowboys, able to get a nice vertical on that, get his fingertips on the ball, and swat it away. As now Chaney looking to take aim on their offense yet again. Ended with an interception deep in the Falcons' own territory. As now coming back out for his second drive is Andrew Galt. As Galt looks to take aim and get right the ship down. Only a touchdown. 5:26 to go here in the first half. Galt takes the snap, hands it off, and trying to get some space. Able to break that first tackle. Has some daylight ahead of him. Still going, and he gets the first down. No, are they calling a fumble? Did it pop loose? Let's see what it is. I believe it did. As they get to the bottom of the pile, let's see what the call is. As trying to separate at the bottom of the pile. Falcons ball, I believe. Let's see. I believe that's what the call. We didn't get an initial call. I saw some pointing over there. I believe it was Falcons ball. Let's see. It is Austintown ball as Falcons ball as they gave it back to Austintown on a fumble. And again, couple of turnovers. The Chaney offense really hasn't even been able to get an opportunity to get going here. You're talking about they get their first drive and then a boatload of penalties, send them yards back. Second drive, your starting quarterback gets injured. Third drive, an unfortunate interception. And the fourth drive, a fumble. As Chaney still has kept this a 7-0 game, a testament to how good the Cowboys defense has been against this Falcons team. Going to need some more rabbits out of the hat from Cowboy defense, as they're going to need to hold Fitch a little bit more, as hopefully Chaney reinforcements on the offensive end are on their way. Try to get this game tied up in a 7-0 hole. And Coach Emil talking with the officials now as a discussion taking place as Austintown getting another opportunity yet again in their own territory. This one going to be at the 30-yard line. And now if Austintown can finish the drive is the biggest question on the docket, as now Sherwood out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left. The handoff to Williams. A flag is on the play. Williams is still going. He's got a first down and more as he is stopped at the 15, but a flag on the play. We'll see what that one is on. As now Chaney getting a sideline warning, and I guess it wouldn't be the return of the old West Side rivalry if you didn't give a couple of warnings to each bench and each sideline. So now Chaney and Fitch both with a final warning. No further warnings to be issued, and trying to get a runoff and tackling him in the backfield, getting to him early was Chaney, as Williams unable to get really anything going, and I believe getting him there in the backfield again was their number 21, Christian Jones, helping out on that. He was big earlier and getting a big pass knockdown that could have almost been intercepted. Almost had enough vertical on it to get the interception, but nevertheless got a big 4th down turnover on downs on Fitch in their last drive. Sherwood keeping him himself, runs right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped up right around the 10, mark him at the 9. He's going to be a couple yards short in a 3rd and short scenario. 4:15 to go here in the first half of play, as Chaney now back on their heels, looking to stop the Falcons one more time. As going trips formation, they go 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In the backfield, Tyree Mitchell. As now Sherwood hauls in the snap, hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell buries his way right up the middle and getting the first down for 5. So now a 1st and goal, I believe, for the Falcons at the 5-yard line, as Fitch looking to score yet again, as Chaney looks like they're in need of one of Coach Emil's famous locker room pep talks right now. Playing a little bit down on themselves, and I mean, albeit they have reason to be, as some things not going their way, especially some calls too. Officials been quick to throw the flag in this game and put Chaney into a hole at some points as well, but have kept it 7-0 Chaney's defense as the rush again from the Falcons. That one going to be stopped up just short, got about half the yardage needed. Call it 2nd and goal now, right around the 2.5 yard line. As Tyree Mitchell trying to book his reservation for 6. His running back partner, DJ Williams, getting a touchdown earlier in the game as Tyree Mitchell looking to get one on the docket for himself. 2nd and goal scenario as Sherwood taking in the snap goes right back to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to bulldoze his way up front, and the reinforcements coming from Chaney, and they just push him straight back. And some extra time in the weight room paying off for these Cowboys as they were able to muscle the Falcons back and say, not on this down. 3rd and short scenario and a 3rd and goal for the Falcons, trying to take a 2-possession lead. Chaney again trying to slam the door shut on the Falcons. It is right on the edge of the goal line for Fitch. They're bringing back in Cam Smith for the Falcon formation is what they're calling it. Rendition of the Wildcat. As Cam Smith in the backfield, couple of motion there. Cam Smith takes the snap, tries to find a hole. Flag is thrown on the play, and they are calling him. I think he was stopped short regardless, and I believe this flag is on Fitch anyway, but we will see what the call is on the field. An illegal shift, too, as the 2 motions there are going to get called, and they're going to back up Fitch. So a break for Chaney as they finally get a penalty to go their way. And now a little bit of room to make up for the Falcons. They're looking at about a 3rd and 5, 6-yard situation at 3rd and goal. And Chaney, that might be just the break they needed as they've been very, very good at 3rd down. And they've been pretty good, too, in the red zone area to this point. Going to need another big stop of Sherwood and the Falcons. 3rd and 6, 3rd and goal, I should say, coming up as Sherwood taking in the snap, looks to his left, tries to fire to Williams, and Williams drops it again. Another drop, a key drop. We'd had one earlier in the game, and there's another one that could have gone for 6. And again, decision time for the Falcons. They elected to go for it last time, a little bit closer in field goal territory. We'll see if they decide to go for the 2-possession lead. Minute 44 left on the clock. Chaney with 2, I believe, timeouts left. And with those 2 timeouts left, still plenty of time to get things going as Josiah Burney comes out, lining up the kick, looking to make it 10-0 Falcons. As the snap is off, the kick is up, and the kick is good through the uprights, and it is a 10-0 Falcons lead here to start. Minute 44 left here in the first half of play. Chaney gonna get the ball back, looking to make one final score. Also important note to remember, Chaney getting the ball to start the second half, so can go 2 for 1 in this situation. We're gonna take a real quick break on ysnlive.com.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the final minute 44 of the first half as the Falcons and Josiah Burney getting ready to kick off to the Cowboys. Waiting back deep as the kick returners for the Cowboys, Jace Austin Mill and Jermaine Martin. As Josiah Burney coming out of the huddle, readying up for the kickoff. As Chaney getting the ball back to start the third quarter, so can get a 2 for 1 situation here. Not out of the woods yet are the Falcons as they Cowboys can still very much take firm hold of momentum in this ball game. And the kickoff by Burneye is again a squib kick, and they're trying to get it again off of a Chaney Cowboy player, because if you could get him to touch it, it's a fumble and a live ball, so you can get a return. But so now offsides penalty is going to back Fitch up to NFL standard kickoffs now at the 35-yard line is where the kickoff now going to take place for Josiah Burneye. So, hey, 5 yards and a kickoff could mean a whole lot, too. And this could be a huge turn of events for Chaney in this situation now. As the Falcons hold a 10-0 lead to this point. Minute 44, though, Chaney looking to get the ball back and get some points out on the board as Josiah Burneye lining up his kick. And again, the squib kick, and they're just going to let that go out of bounds. And, you know, the one thing the Falcons are trying to do from last year is not allow Chaney to get those kickoff returns, because special teams is one area where Chaney really outperformed the Falcons in certain aspects last year. And in kickoff returns, that has been it. That's why Falcons last year had to opt to go for a fake punt to get some points off Chaney, because they just did not want to give him the ball in open space, because that's how much speed is congregated on this Chaney team. We saw the injury to Jason Hewlett, but that's a perfect example of a guy that has speed. J.R. Tellington is another one. You look at guys like Jace Austin-Mill, Kevon Mitchell, DeJuan Waller. These are all guys that have some incredible speed, and they're definitely guys that you don't want to have the ball in open space, because they're definitely going to be hard to track down. As again, out with Jace Austin-Mill on his right hip is Andrew Galt. As giving it to Austin-Mill. Austin-Mill trying to get a seam. He makes a cut and gets it right around the 50. He's close to a first. I think he got it. As Jace Austin-Mill, a first rush for a first down, and has gotten him immediately into Falcons territory. Going to have to hurry up. They're on a quick time now. 90 seconds and ticking for the Cowboys. Andrew Galt back in the shotgun, taking the snap. Galt looking forward, pass over the center, and that one almost intercepted, as the target there was definitely number 15, it looked like, for Chaney. They wanted to get it. It definitely looked like to LeBron Donlow, but pass was just a bit high, and almost another interception in the making for the Falcons. Nevertheless, the one good thing out of that, stopping the clock for Chaney at a 2nd and 10, minute and 20 left in this first half, as Chaney looking to get on the board as they get the ball back in the third quarter. Galt again sending him into motion. That is Kevon Mitchell as Galt. The handoff again to Jace Austin-Mill. Austin-Mill trying to avoid all the tacklers coming at him, but until Galt is able to prove himself in the passing game, they're going to continue to go after the run. And now you're looking at a 3rd and I believe 13 situation, as Galt back again with Jace Austin-Mill. Trips formation to Galt's right, one receiver to his left. As Galt going to take it himself, sets his feet, throws it downfield. Gonna be a tough play. Coming away with an interception though, all the way down by the 10-yard line, and it is a huge interception for the Falcons. As again, it is none else but number 9. Oh my goodness, it is number 9, Deshaun Vaughn Jr. with his 2nd pick of the day. 2 interceptions for Deshaun Vaughn Jr., and he's having himself a game defensively. As again, Chaney with a 3rd turnover in the half, 31 seconds to go in the game. And now Fitch, again, starting with the ball at their own 10-yard line, likely with 31 seconds, going to just take it into halftime with a 2-possession lead. We'll see if Chaney opts to use any timeouts or if they just let him go into the locker room. And I believe another timeout is called. Chaney now calling a timeout as they take a timeout. Both teams going to their respective sidelines, talking over with their coaches. We have 31 seconds remaining in this first half of play here at Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium here in beautiful Austintown, Ohio. Don't go anywhere as we'll be back after this timeout in just a few moments here on ysnlive.com.
Right now is a great time to get more for your trade-in at Tri-State Ford. Choose a new Ford or from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, you'll get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. At Tri-State Ford, we'll pay you top dollar for your trade, but you don't have to purchase one of ours to sell us yours. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool, or visit tristateford.net.
Welcome back, everybody, as 31 seconds remain here in the first half of play. Falcons with the ball on their own 10-yard line, backed up deep in their own zone, as taking the knee is Devin Sherwood. And the clock starting to run, and I believe they're just going to take that and let it go into the locker room unless Chaney decides to call a timeout. But the clock's still running with 15 seconds and ticking. And no word on either side of things right now. And again, it looks like the officials were talking it over. I'm not sure what the officials were talking about, but nonetheless, the clock bleeds out, and it is the end of the first half. The Falcons hold a 10-0 lead over the Cowboys, as the Cowboys trying to figure out their quarterback situation and figure out an offense on the fly. Going to need to do that before the start of the second half, and we will have the whole second half and more for you here on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Right now is a great time to get more for your trade-in at Tri-State Ford. Choose a new Ford or from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, you'll get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. At Tri-State Ford, we'll pay you top dollar for your trade, but you don't have to purchase one of ours to sell us yours. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool, or visit tristateford.net.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Erin Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Jimmy Sutton here, director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Custom order your Ford your way at Tri-State Ford. Choose the available features that fit your life and style, from the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick F-150 Lightning through the entire Ford lineup. Pick your color, trim level, and options. Plus, get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. Start your custom order today. Stop in or visit tristateford.net. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help you get the financing you need regardless of your situation. I'm Tony Page, and I've helped thousands of customers in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania buy a vehicle. Visit HubbardChevy.com to get pre-approved. Remember, folks, Hubbard can help.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
As we are about halfway through our halftime show, as the lovely Fitch marching band giving us another great show. As always, our score sitting at 10-0 in favor of the Falcons. The score coming off of a rushing touchdown of DJ Williams, and to complement with a field goal, I think it was a 34-yard field goal by Josiah Burney, and that is the difference in score. Also, big performer on defense for Fitch is Deshaun Vaughn Jr. with 2 interceptions in the half. as we are about 7 to 8 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Chaney will get the ball to start, down 10-0 to the Falcons, and we will be back right after this break with the second half and more on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Right now is a great time to get more for your trade-in at Tri-State Ford. Choose a new Ford or from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, you'll get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. At Tri-State Ford, we'll pay you top dollar for your trade, but you don't have to purchase one of ours to sell us yours. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool, or visit tristateford.net.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Aaron Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Jimmy Sudman here, director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Custom order your Ford your way at Tri-State Ford. Choose the available features that fit your life and style, from the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick F-150 Lightning through the entire Ford lineup. Pick your color, trim level, and options. Plus, get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. Start your custom order today. Stop in or visit tristateford.net. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool.
Dealing with
Welcome back, everybody, here in beautiful Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown, Ohio, as we get ready and geared up for our third quarter of play with the Austintown Fitch Falcons holding a 10-0 lead over the Chaney Cowboys. First quarter was a game where the Falcons jumped on the Cowboys quickly. That first possession of the game, taking it all the way down the field, ending in a DJ Williams rushing touchdown for 6, extra point converted for 7. And we didn't see any scoring until right about till the end of the third quarter with less than 2 minutes to go. The Falcons able to get a field goal kick good. 1-for-1 on the day is Josiah Burney to make it 10-0. Nevertheless, the Chaney defense has been playing incredibly well against this Falcons team, stopping them a couple of times on their side of the 50. So holding the Falcons pretty well on defense. It's just trying to figure out an offensive game plan as quickly as you can when the man behind center, Jason Hewlett, goes down with an injury early on in the first quarter. It kind of leaves the team scrambling. We'll see if Coach Chris Emil can get these guys refocused, and reapplied themselves to this game, as now they're going to need to really come together here as an offense, because that's the biggest issue, I think, going into this game. Rushing the ball has not been bad, though. Chaney has 19 carries, 71 yards on rushing. Fitch 25 for 92 on the game so far. But the biggest difference, Fitch 68 passing yards, Chaney -2 right now. That is going to be the biggest thing you're going to have to look at improve on. And we know, too, when you have to bring in a new quarterback, things are a little bit different. I expect Chaney to be improved now after having that halftime to readjust. They get the ball to start the third quarter, so they have an opportunity to start down 10-0 to the Falcons. Josiah Burney back ready for the kickoff as we get ready for the third quarter here. Jace Austin Emil and Kevon Mitchell in the back, as able to haul that one in and start the burners is Chaney, able to spin their way out of one tackle and gets tackled right around the 25, and that is where the Cowboys will take over on offense, as Chaney hasn't had really a long sustained drive offensively since their first possession in the first quarter. Couple of quick turnovers in their last 2 previous possessions has gotten the ball back in Falcons offense rather quickly, and it's gotten the Chaney defense on the field for quite some time. So they are, you got to figure, pretty tired going into halftime. Chaney looking to get anything on offense going, as Galt back out to take over and man under center for the Cowboys. 2 backs in the backfield with Galt, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Galt in the shotgun, takes the snap and the handoff, fake the pass to the left, but the handoff to his running back, who fights forward for about 2 to 3. And it is now 2nd down and about 7 for the Cowboys. As the Cowboys 2nd down, as they're trying to get some offense moving. Looking around the other games going on, as Valley Christian up 14-0 on Campbell. They're in the third quarter right now. Another game we're looking at over on ysnlive.com. As the snap from Galt, he is able to get another handoff, and Chaney again, old school rough and tough in football. It's pulled just a few yards shy of the first. Looking at about 3rd and 3 to go for the Cowboys now. And third down situation, they're just a few yards shy of the 35. As Chaney trying to get their first points on the board in today's game, as Galt again coming in under center. 3rd and 3 situation. And I believe a timeout is being called, and this one called by Coach Emil. And he realizes how important it is to keep this drive alive. Doesn't know how many more long and sustainable offensive drives he can get against this Falcons defense, especially with an offense scrambling to figure themselves out right now. He knows how important this 3rd down conversion is to continuing this drive, because the Cowboys are in need of points. 10:37 to go, though, in this game. As another game we're looking at, they're just outside, or just about to end, I believe, the first half over in Lowville, and the Vinny Balone show continuing. 31 points for Lowville already, as they lead Columbiana 31-19. so far, and that one I believe is still in the second quarter. Of course, all of the games you could watch on Audible Call, or you can switch through them yourself if you are here on ysnlive.com as well. As a big 3rd down and 3 coming up. As Galt coming in, 2 backs on his left hip. Galt goes with the handoff to Tellington. Tellington has the ball, bulldozing his way, spinning his way, and he's got a 1st down and more. As J.R. Tellington still fighting, and he comes up just shy of the 45, and it took about 5 Falcons to bring him down, as that Cowboy was not going down easily. As J.R. Tellington picking up a crucial first for the Cowboys, keeping this offensive drive alive. As Chaney now stopped up short of the 45-yard line. 10-10 to go in the 3rd. As Galt takes the snap, fires over the middle, and a nice completion for a 1st down and more, as that is the first completed pass for Galt, and that has to take a huge pressure and weight off of his shoulders over the previous passes as he gets one completed, and that was a good patch. But another penalty as Jawan Freeman gets called for the hold, and it seems like whether or not the Cowboys are playing the guys in black and white stripes tonight or not, it certainly seems like they might have signed up for that, as again, the officials come back to haunt the Cowboys and take yet another 1st down play away from them. Nevertheless, the run by J.R. Tellington did give him a first, but now you're looking at a 1st and long scenario even after Galt completed the pass. Hopefully the confidence stays with him, and Galt goes with a nice little screen pass. That's another completion, able to make the move, has some space in front of him, and he's tackled in Falcon territory right around the 45. As Chaney able to get another big 1st down. As now the Cowboys trying to continue to move. Again, Galt out of the shotgun. LeBron Donlow with the last reception and the throw over to Jace Austin Mill, and can't get any movement going before the Falcons come up to stop him. As Jermaine Martin, the one with the reception, but lost a couple on that play. 2nd and 14 now for the Cowboys as they look to retake aim. Still right around the 45, taking them a few yards back, just at the Falcons' 48. As Chaney trying to put together an offensive drive that results in some points. Down 2 possessions to the Falcons as Galt takes it in, fires a beautiful seed right around the 40, and that's a completion. And that got about a little more than half the yards they needed, setting some up for about a 3rd and 5 now. As Kevon Mitchell able to haul that one in. Caught it in for about 8, now setting at the 40, call it the 39 actually, for Chaney. As 3rd down and 4 to go for the Cowboys. Galt has had a few completions this drive and has looked much better. Galt, again, with the fake. No, handed it off that time. Faked it one way, handed it off the other, but no movement to be had as they are stopped at the 40. And now it is 4th down and 5. And this is decision time for Coach Mill and the Cowboys, and it looks like no doubt staying on the field for this. Can't afford to punt this one away. You need to get some points as Galt, again, taking the snap, fakes the handoff, looks for the screen, gets chased down, avoids the tackle. Galt with the seat, no, and it is dropped just over the 1st down marker in the hands of Jace Austin Mill and unable to bring that one in. Unfortunate for the Cowboys as Galt played that one as perfectly as he could, avoided the pressure of oncoming tacklers, and fired a pretty accurate seed over the middle. Unfortunate, unable to come up with the catch, and now a turnover on downs, I believe, for the Falcons. And Devin Sherwood and the Falcons offense coming back out. And this is a huge drive, 7:50 to go. If Chaney can't get the ball back and if Fitch can bleed some clock and result it with some points, this is trouble for the Cowboys. Cowboys have been very good against Falcons defensively, though, as Sherwood back out on the field. And it looks like whistle is blown. I think there is a timeout called by the Falcons. Yep, as the Falcons take a timeout before they start this drive, their first drive of the half against the Cowboys. 7:50 to go. We'll be back right after this real quick break on ysnlive.com.
Right now is a great time to get more for your trade-in at Tri-State Ford. Choose a new Ford or from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, you'll get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. At Tri-State Ford, we'll pay you top dollar for your trade, but you don't have to purchase one of ours to sell us yours. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool, or visit tristateford.net.
Welcome back, everybody, as the Falcons offense back on the field. Devin Sherwood with the snap, and Chaney all over the rushing attempt of the Falcons. And I mean, not shying away, getting all over DJ Williams the second the ball touched his hand, as the front four, more like the front seven of Chaney, brought full force blitz, it looked like, on Williams. They guessed that play correctly, and it is going to be second down and long now for the Falcons, losing a few on the tackle for loss by the Cowboys. As now Devin Sherwood looks to take aim now, second and long scenario. 4 receivers set for the right-handed quarterback as the fake handoff and fires a seed to Evans over the middle. Evans now turning on the burners, and he's in Cowboy territory and more. As now just shy of the 30-yard line, Tyler Evans hauls in a huge pass and takes it for 20-plus. 7:04 and ticking for the third quarter, and the Falcons now in Cowboy territory yet again. As Sherwood, right around the 35, goes screen pass to Evans, there to try to bring him down, and they do bring him down that time before he can get any momentum or break the tackle, as Evans, I believe, lost a yard on the play. So it's about 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12 now for the Falcons. Still within Cowboy territory, unlikely they're in field, or I would say outside of field goal position, as they are at the 36-yard line. So Chaney still trying to get the stop on the Falcons. 2nd and 12 now. As DJ Williams on the left hip of Devin Sherwood. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. The snap from Sherwood. Sherwood looks to his left, now rolls to his right, avoids the sack, fires it over the middle, and unable to come away with the sliding catch was Tyler Evans. And it is going to be a big 3rd down and long scenario now, and a huge defensive stop or offensive possession coming up now for the Falcons or the Cowboys, as a huge play coming up in this game. 6:07, 3rd and 12, Falcons on the 36-yard line outside of field goal range. Needing a first down, Chaney has been really good, especially in these 3rd down scenarios all game long, looking for another 3rd down stop. As putting Eli into motion is Sherwood, and so does Mitchell. As Mitchell going into motion, Sherwood tries to fire that seed over the center, right around the first down marker. I think he's going to be a bit short, as it looks like about a half a yard, not even a full yard short, but it does look like they are short. It's going to be 4th and inches now, and an interesting call right around the 25-yard line would be a fairly deep field goal to attempt if you are the Falcons. Falcons have gone for it before. Chaney has gotten stops on 4th down one other time against the Falcons. 3 receivers on Sherwood's right, 1 to his left. Tyree Mitchell in the back as the handoff to Mitchell, and Mitchell just falls forward for the first down, and the Falcons looking at 1st and 10 around the 22. And this is where the Falcons' balanced offense coming out and checking all the boxes as far as passing and running, blending in a effective offense right now to get the Cowboys off balanced, but still not in the end zone yet, as the Cowboys have been very good in the red zone defense. As Sherwood again takes a snap, Cowboys pressuring, getting more pressure on him. Sherwood tries to fire a seat, finds the open man in the end zone for 6, as Devin Sherwood, his first passing touchdown on the game, 16-0 Falcons. As the Falcons and Devin Sherwood's second touchdown of the game. And it is 16-0 Falcons awaiting the extra point. But an injury now on the field, as it looks like for the Falcons. That is Dan Evans the third. Doesn't look like he's too shaken up, as he is sitting up right now, but trainer coming out to tend to Dan Evans III. Could see some cramping. This is still a very hot night here in northeastern Ohio, as we are sweating bullets ourselves here in the press box. I can only imagine having all the gear and pads on and playing a football game, what it's like right now. So wildly important that these athletes do stay hydrated throughout the game, because cramping could be an issue, and it looks like that is the issue we're seeing right now, as we are still awaiting the extra point for the Falcons, taking a 16-0 lead on Chaney. And again, Chaney being unable to score, and the turnover on downs on a dropped pass. Again, Falcons able to make them pay, now up 3 possessions, still not out of the woods yet. I mean, Chaney is still a team that defensively can get the ball back rather quickly, and they are not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination, but work to be done for the Cowboys going forward, and you got to figure it needs to start with the next offensive possession, as the Falcons now and Josiah Burney lining up the extra point attempt. As that kick is through the uprights, make it 17-0 Fitch with 4:57 to go in the third. As we'll take a real quick 30-second timeout on the other end of it. Chaney getting the ball back after the kickoff right after this on ysnlive.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience and comprehensive wealth strategy, we assist our clients attain their goals. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealthadvisors.com. Good luck, athletes!
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the kickoff, as Chaney due to get the ball back down 17-0, 4:57 to go here in the third quarter here at beautiful Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown, Ohio. Another game around the league that we're looking at, as Wyndham is up on Lisbon 14-7. That one's in the third quarter, and the crosstown rival, the big rival within the AAC, Boardman, up 7-0 on Cardinal Mooney as it stands in the third quarter, as I believe Boardman scoring again, so make that 13-0 on Cardinal Mooney in the third quarter. The kickoff by Josiah Burney is up and taken in by the Cowboys. I believe that is Austin O'Mill with it. And Austin O'Mill, full head of speed, running right into the Falcons. Oh, my goodness. As not afraid was Jace Austin O'Mill, full head of steam like a gladiator, bulldozing anything in his way, as he was able to fight for extra yardage and start Chaney off with good field position to start. As Andrew Galt now looking to come back out for the Chaney offense, as able to complete some passes and looked really good to start the third quarter. Unfortunate drop pass on fourth down that got them the turnover on downs, but we're driving and having a successful drive to that point. They're going to need much of the same success, hopefully capping it off with some points in this drive. As Andrew Galt back out, as J.R. Tellington on his left hip, one receiver out to the left, two receivers out to the right, as they utilize an extra blocker and try to go running up the gut, and a lost ball and the fumble, and I believe the Falcons have recovered it. They have. And the carry by J.R. Tellington, I believe there was a fumble on the play, and the turnover has given the ball back to the Falcons, but an injury now on the Falcons. We'll have to see, get a name for that player. I'm not sure the number. But nonetheless, Falcons getting the ball back, and turnovers have been the big thing of the night for Chaney. And Chaney so far just has been unable to limit the turnovers, and just untimely, unforced turnovers half the time too. And it's something you can't control. It's something every team goes through, and every team has to go through it. It's just unfortunate, and you can't talk about a team getting a worse break. We know Coach Emil, and we know the Chaney faithful obviously don't want that. They don't want to talk about it because they know they're competitive, and they know they're good enough to be competitive this year. And they're definitely are still, I would say, in this game, but going to need some work to be done on defense. And just a big question mark going forward now is going to be the offense, but Chaney still has a boatload of great athletes, and it's still a team you can't count out if you are the Falcons. As 4 receivers set for Sherwood. Out of the shotgun, the snap handoff to Tyree Mitchell. Tyree Mitchell trying to get that outside edge. Got a few yards on the carry, but it is going to be a second down and about 7 to go. Make it 6. Second down and 6 to go now for the Falcons, as they are going to be stopped up right around that 25-24 yard line. As Sherwood again, same formation, as Tyree Mitchell staying on the right hip of Sherwood. And the taking it and keeping it himself was Sherwood, as Sherwood has a first down and more, trying to take it to the house, but Chaney coming up from behind him to get the tackle, but nevertheless, a first and goal situation now for Austintown and Devin Sherwood. As Sherwood kept the ball himself, rushed it forward, first and goal, a tick over 4 minutes to go, and the third quarter, and the Falcons threatening to score again in a 17-0 game to this point. Another big game, too, going on, as everyone was probably watching this one as well. South Range up 21-7 over New Middletown Springfield, as the Raiders playing down a division, as that rivalry is back as well. But how about those Raiders? 21-7 on the Springfield Tigers, as the rushing attempt by Mitchell unable to break pay dirt, as DJ Williams was the one with the carry that time, unable to break pay dirt. It is now second down and a few to go right at the edge of the end zone, as Falcons trying to go up a 4th possession. Chaney would love to hold them to a field goal in this situation. Second and about 3 to go in a second and goal scenario. Sherwood takes the snap, fakes it to Williams, and gets stuffed right up the middle, as a huge sack by the Chaney defense. And you hear some murmuring in the Chaney faithful crowd, as trying to get some plays to get this Chaney crowd loud and pumping here in Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium. That's a play that'll get a little bit of excitement. Big sack for the Cowboys, as it is now a 3rd down and about 8 to go, and a 3rd and goal situation for the Falcons. Chaney looking for one more big stop, trying to get it to 4th. Again, Sherwood in the back. In tight with a single back in the backfield. Sherwood takes it himself, tries to step up in the pocket, and again the Chaney Cowboy defense comes to stop him yet again and gets him for another loss, as he's out back behind the 10 now. So now a 2nd down and 3 to go in a second and goal scenario is now a 4th and about 11 to go for Fitch. And now decision time is going to be to to kick the field goal and go up 20-0, or attempt to go up 20-0 on the Cowboys. Minute at 50 and ticking to go in the third quarter. This keeps it a 3-possession game, so still big for Chaney that they were able to do that. They still have life left. As the clock continues to tick, the kick is up. The field goal is through the uprights. It is good, 20-0 Fitch with 1:30 and ticking to go here in the third quarter. As Chaney looking to get some offense going, going to need to limit the turnovers. They'll have 1:15 and ticking to go as the clock running rate now for the Falcons up 20-0. So on the other side of this, Chaney going to be receiving the kickoff.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the kickoff here as Chaney ready to return as the clock has stopped at 1:12 as Josiah Burney will be looking to kick off for the Falcons. Again, Jace Austin Mill awaiting in the backfield, as well as Jermaine Martin. As Josiah Burney readies up, and the kickoff is up and away, kicking it towards Jermaine Martin, and Jermaine Martin loses the handle on the ball, goes into the end zone, so I believe that is going to be called a touchback. So it's going to bring Chaney out. Now, as probably best case scenario, too, for the Cowboys to just let that go into the end zone, as they will be starting at the 20-yard line now. As Cowboys looking to get some sort of offense going, not completely out of this one yet. Down only 20-0, 1:10 left in the third quarter. Going to need to figure out something, though, on offense. Fitch has been doing a really good job on defense, forcing 4 turnovers on the field, a couple of other turnovers on downs too, and that has been the big key of the game. You take the turnovers away, this game might be a 0-0 barn burner right now, or it might still be 7-0 after Fitch was able to get that offensive score. But a lot of defense and turnovers that have shaped this game to this point. As getting the ball and trying to create some space was Jace Austin Mill. He was able to get a few yards on that carry, as he stopped up a couple short of the first down now. 2nd and 2 for the Cowboys. As again, it looks like Andrew Galt going to be the quarterback for the immediate future of Chaney as he started this whole game. As Andrew Galt taking in the snap, the handoff to Austin Mill, and stopped up immediately by the Falcons. And that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 situation now for Chaney. As we're looking at 13 seconds and ticking, going to be interesting to see if Chaney even wants to get a play off. And it doesn't look like they are going to attempt, as the clock's going to run out, and we're going to go to the fourth quarter here at Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown. Fitch leading this one 20-0. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter on the other side of this break on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the fourth quarter here on ysnlive.com as Fitch leading Chaney 20-0. Chaney has possession, 3rd and about 3 situation to go for the Cowboys. As Galt takes the snap, hands it off, and tackled in the backfield and losing the ball again, picking it up. Flag is down, taking it into the end zone as the scoop and score for the Falcons, and another flag is thrown. Flags all over the field, and we're going to have to see what this is going to be called, if this is going to get called back, as I've seen 1, 2, 3 flags get thrown on the field. Chaney players are down. There is a lot that unfolded in this play. We're going to wait to hear from our officials to see what the calls are on this. But if that stands and the scoop and score stands, you're looking at 26-0. And they are going to call that for a touchdown. As it is now, as you heard our official, it is a scoop and score for a touchdown as the fumble recovery goes for 6, extra point pending, a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh my God, there I go, Brandon. Unsportsmanlike conduct, there we go, on the play. As boy, oh boy, getting my tongue twisted in all sorts of ways here. Unsportsmanlike conduct play on the field as they're going to address that 15-yard penalty to the kickoff. And that is all there is to it at the end of the play. As got tongue twisted here. And I think it's the heat that's getting to me right now, Brandon. I think it has to be something with this heat getting hot up here in the press box. As that extra point attempt is through the uprights and good, make it 27-0 Fitch. And I mean, when it rains, it pours, folks, and it just seems like that is the situation right now for the Cowboys. And I know, certainly, that this is not the Cowboys team that we are going to see the rest of the season. Obviously, you don't want to take away what the Falcons have done either. And we're not saying it's a fluke victory or a fluke score by any chance. No, it's just everything that could possibly go wrong for Chaney right now in this whole game has gone wrong for Chaney. And some of the points aren't even to the players, the coaching, none of their fault to their own. Some of those things just happen in the sport of football, and it's just unfortunate that it's all happening to Chaney on one night. But if there's anything that Coach Emil and his boys can do, it's refocus and for the next game. Of course, not out of this one yet. We've seen some crazier things happen in football, but Falcons now with a commanding 27-0 lead. Chaney will get the ball back, though. 15-yard penalty addressed at the start of the kickoff for the Falcons for the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that was addressed to Fitch. So Fitch will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line. So Chaney going to be set up with good field position, but nevertheless 27-0 being the score right now. As how about this? Youngstown East up on East Cleveland Shaw, 12-8. That one's in the third quarter as the East Golden Bears continuing to build their program up on a big program in itself in East Cleveland Shaw. We remember them from the playoffs last year, getting a chance to get a few YSN teams, get a look at them. As we get ready for the kickoff. as now Falcons and Josiah Burnett getting ready for the kickoff. Being addressed at their 25, and the kickoff is up. And able to haul that one in was Jermaine Martin, and Jermaine Martin trying to get some space to work with. He got it up to about the 35, and that is where the Cowboys will start. As Hubbard also up 28-14 on Norwayne. That one is in the third quarter as the Hubbard Eagles holding a 14-point advantage off of a very talented Norwayne team. Also, how about that Brookfield? The offense of Brookfield, 28-6, leading McDonald right now as the Brookfield Warriors offense continuing to shine. As we're right back here at this game as Galt hauls in the snap, has an extra second to throw, tries to go over top of it, just throws that one out of bounds, and it will go for no harm, no foul. Stops the clock, 11:37 to go in the final quarter of regulation, and it is a 2nd down and 10 scenario. All evened up 35 apiece in the third quarter over in the games Girard and Streetsboro. Girard at home. Facing the Rockets. That's another one of those games that has been down to the wire. Of course, catch all these games over on Audible Call with Mike Ackelson, as he'll have as many touchdowns as they can. But that pass from Galt is completed, and Galt with the completion and the extra yards run after the catch, getting that first down for Chaney and smartly getting out of bounds. And this is how Chaney's going to be able to get back in this game. And this is how, when you're down by this much, you're going to need to. You're going to need to get out of bounds, stop the clock as much as you can, try to move the chains and stop the clock that way. Chaney, they're a team that can run the ball, and they're a team that can move the ball down the field rather quickly. And if they can get into that momentum and that groove with Galt now, they can suddenly become very dangerous. As Galt, again, breaking out of the pocket, throwing it downfield, and that one, again, going to be picked, as there was a clean pick, but as they're going to call a whistle on the play. And that was as Deshaun Vaughn. Who else? 3 interceptions on the game now for Deshaun Vaughn as the safety with the trifecta of picks on the day as he continues his special night on defense. And again, it did look like, though, on that initial play, too, I was initially waiting because I thought we might have seen a flag for a pass interference down on the far side of the field. Not sure on who Chaney's receiver was, tightly covered by the Falcons, but it did look like there was a little bit of hands. There could have been both ways, but I was interested to see if there was going to be a call on that far side of the field for pass interference against the Falcons. No call of the such, and the Falcons getting the ball back yet again, going right to Cam Smith. Cam Smith trying to turn on the burners and able to grab a hold of them before he can get those burners turned on was Chaney, as DeJuan Waller able to grab a hold of Cam Smith, because I tell you what, folks, if he had maybe an extra step on Chaney's defense, he was taking it to the house for 6. Great play by DeJuan Waller and a great tackle by the young man to stop Cam Smith. And again, going with a handoff, that one to DJ Williams. That one, again, going to be stopped up short of the first, I believe, just short of the first. And yes, they are going to mark him short of the first, about a 3rd down and 2 situation now. 10.5 minutes and ticking in this game as the Falcons, again, lining up 3rd down situation. As Devin Sherwood takes in the snap and a pitch over to the right side as DJ Williams has the first down and more, flag in the backfield, but DJ Williams still on his feet as he gets tackled right around the 40 as he got the yardage for the first down. We'll see if this is coming back, and it is, and they're going to call the holding penalty on the Falcons, so send them back an extra 10 yards, and we're going to go 3rd down and 12 now for Fitch. As Fitch now 3rd down and deep situation, 10:08 left in the game as Chaney looking for a big 3rd down stop Fitch has been able to do a couple of times this game is get not only big third down conversions, but also a couple times getting Chaney to draw off sides too and convert third downs that way. So in every facet of the game, Fitch has been efficient in trying to convert third downs. But a third down and long scenario here, and Chaney having Fitch backed up against a wall, and it looked like almost a jump. No flag thrown on that, so they let him get away with one. Maybe didn't cross the line either, as now Sherwood coming set. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Running back on his right hip as Sherwood takes it himself, going to step up in the pocket, try to get the seam, get the corner, and did he fight forward? It looks like he did for the first as Devin Sherwood, the improviser, does it again. And I mean a third down conversion machine in Devin Sherwood. If he can't get it done with his arm, he can get it done with his legs, as able to find that open pocket and open space and take it for a first down. As now first down and 10 for the Falcons on about the 28-yard line on their own 28. And now name of the game if you're Fitch is just burn clock as much of it as you can, as that was a low snap, able to get it off to his back, and great running, and oh my goodness, he's still going, and stopped at the 45-yard line, and a great run by Tyree Mitchell as he was tiptoeing his way through the offensive and defensive line and was able to find himself some open space for some extra yards. First down run from Mitchell, and it's moved the chains yet again for Fitch. So Fitch starting on their own 45 now. 8:45 and ticking here in the fourth quarter of play. Devin Sherwood taking his time. Now the snap goes back to the handoff, keeps it himself, and he is tackled right away. Tackle for loss as Chaney able to stop him in the backfield as the clock continues to run. Second down and 12 it brings up now for Fitch. As Fitch more concerned with just taking minutes away from Chaney than you feel trying to come away with a score on this drive. As again, Devin Sherwood loading up 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sherwood again keeping it himself and runs it up the middle, gets stopped up right around the 50, so got a little bit of half those yards back, and he's going to be about 5 shy of the first. 3rd and 5 brought up, 7:45 to go in the fourth. So the Falcons right at the 50-yard line in a 3rd and 5 situation. Chaney again trying to get a big third down stop. Sherwood trying to convert yet another third down. Has his running back Mitchell on his left hip. Sherwood taking the snap, but first a flag as they're going to call a false start, I believe, against the Falcons. And yes, they do. A false start addressed to the Falcons, so bring them back 5, and you're looking at around a 3rd and 10 situation now for Fitch. And almost the 3rd and 10 situations work out less to your favor than the 3rd and 5, because when you have more space ahead for Devin Sherwood, he's able to do more with his legs and with his arm. And it's almost, you don't want to give him, that 10 yards is almost the sweet spot for Sherwood. You want him to, if you want him to be down, you want him to be a 3rd 20, 3rd and 15, 16, 17 scenario. But we'll see as Chaney going to need a big third down stop. 6:55 whistle is blown though yet again. And a delay of game going to be addressed to the Falcons, as that's going to be 3rd and 15. And if that tells you where the Falcons are standing on as far as scoring the ball and not burning time, as they allow the play clock to expire. So the clock has stopped at 6:55, 3rd and 15 now for Fitch. And Chaney got him now ideally right where they want him at a 3rd and 15 scenario. As now Sherwood rolling out to his right and fires an absolute seed over the middle. A first down laser on a line to his man, and that is a first down for the Falcons. Incredible pass by Sherwood as he whipped a bullet to his man. as I believe hauling that one in was Tyler Evans. And nevertheless, the Falcons now in Cowboy territory yet again as they've moved on to the 44. Another game that we're looking at, Barberton up 23-7. That game is in the fourth quarter over at Louisville, 23-7 over the Leopards. As the handoff to DJ Williams. Williams trying to stay on his feet. Finally, they bring him down after a gain of about a yard or two. So call it a 1-yard gain for DJ Williams as they're going to be right around the 43-yard line. 6 minutes and ticking for the Falcons. As Fitch making a statement, and we talk about Fitch's offense, and we know, too, how good that offense was last year. But the defense has been drastically improved, and the turnovers they've been able to create has been impressive. And that's one area you got to feel Coach Parker wants to improve this team. And, you know, every coach goes into the offseason wanting to make the improvements. If there's one thing, too, if Fitch can really start turning those turnover battles heavily in their favor, they're going to be a very tough team to beat. And as you're seeing right now, winning the turnover battle tonight, and Fitch has been in firm control of this game. As Chaney, though, just you talk about a bad break to start in the first quarter with an injury to Jason Hewlett. And, I mean, really, like we said, when it rains, it has poured on Chaney. And we still wishing the best to the Hewlett family, but this is a Chaney program that I don't think we have any qualms about going into this season about how successful they're going to be. I think they're going to be just fine. You just look at this as a little bump in the road. As now it brings up, though, fourth down as unable to convert the first were the Falcons outside of field goal range. So going to see if they're going to go for it or punt here, and it looks like Sherwood and the Falcons offense is going to stay out on the field for another play, try to get the first down, and truly seal this game as far as time is concerned. As Devin Sherwood waiting for that, trying to get him to draw offsides, and they're going to just call the timeout. Going to be interesting to see if they're going to bring back Sherwood. But with the timeout, stopping the clock at 4:25 to go, we'll be back on the other side of this break at ysnlive.com as our whole year of football and audible call, I should say, has been brought to you by our friends over at WRS Wealth Advisors.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience and comprehensive wealth strategy, we assist our clients attain their goals. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealthadvisors.com. Good luck, athletes!
Welcome back, everybody, as Devin Sherwood and the Falcons offense back out for fourth, and they complete the pass for a seed over on that right side of the field, on the far side of the field, as Jaden Eli able to make the completion, and that is a Falcons first down. Eli stepping out of bounds. It's 4:19 to go, but a moot point now as a first down has all but sealed it now for the Cowboys, as the Falcons will likely just burn out the rest of this clock and take a Week 1 victory over the West Side rival Chaney Cowboys. Sherwood again stepping into the backfield. Probably not going to see too much passing. You doubt to see too much passing, but we will see. Again, the handoff, Tyree Mitchell this time fighting his way forward for 5+. And the Falcons, again, going to get the clock running. And, of course, Chaney has some events turning over. It is now 55-35 Streetsboro in the third quarter. Some things going on over there. I don't know about you folks. I've only been able to see a couple of clips of this game, but it was 35-35, I swear, just a few seconds ago. And prior to that, I thought Girard was leading by a decent chunk. Interesting turn of events going on over there between Girard and Streetsboro. And a carry there. by the Falcons, and the clock continuing now to run. As now the Falcons at the end of the game looking to get their first victory of the season and look to go 1-0 on the year. As again, snapping the ball and running it up the gut, and looks like he came close to a first down. I believe a flag might be down on the play. As that Lowville-Columbiana game coming down to a real tight barn burner too. Third quarter, 31-27, Lowville and Vinny Balone, and the Rockets still leading it right now, but Columbiana making that one close. That's another fun game. Go check out that one over on the network right now, as I believe as of right now, Lowville has the ball and are driving up by 4. Back in this game, we're at 2:45 to go. Falcons now, and it brought up to a 3rd and 13 scenario now after the penalty has been addressed. So 3rd and 13 for the Falcons, 2.5 minutes to go. The handoff again as the substitutes are in. Going to get that right back to where the original line of scrimmage was, and that's going to bring up 4th down and about 10 for the Falcons as they are still outside of field goal range. 2:15 to go, but time still ticking away. As Fitch now, under 2 minutes to go with a 4th down coming up. Going to be interesting to see what the Falcons elect to do. If they're just going to try to punt this one back, go for it. Kind of in an awkward position in the field. Too far away really to try attempt a field goal. Kind of close to attempt a punt. And you don't really want to go for it on 4th and 10 in this situation, because you don't really want to throw the ball. And I think they're just going to take the timeout and figure it out. I thought they took the delay of game for a second, but they're going for the timeout to try to figure out what they want to do in this situation. As we look at another game, how about this? South Range, and we're talking to you, Paul Munson. We know Paul Munson's watching. 34-14, the South Range Raiders leading the Springfield Tigers, and that would be no doubt. Even though they're playing down a division, the Raiders would be a huge win if the Raiders can hold on to beat the state runner-ups in Division 6 last year. As the Falcons coming back out on the field again, 4th and 10 situation, with 1 minute and 37 seconds to go in this ball game. As Chaney now gonna set up defensively, as the Falcons gonna be interesting to see. It looks like they're gonna set up special teams unit and attempt a field goal here. And a very long field goal this is going to be. Set up at the 28-yard line. Going to be kicking from the 35, so about a 45-yard field goal now. And that kick is up, and it is going to fall just shy. Ran out of steam. So getting the ball back is going to be Chaney with just over 90 seconds to go in this one. And this is just going to be a drive if you're Chaney, trying to get some of the young guys some experience out there on the field. But first and foremost, it's just going to be making sure you get everyone healthy and readied up for week 2. How about this one too? Lakeview and the Lakers up 16-7 on Mineral Ridge and the Rams. We heard that Lakeview was going to be an improved team this year, and yet again they're proving that now, up 16-7. As now the Cowboys stepping out on the field, offensive unit. As it was an incomplete pass there. It was Pie Valley. My apologies. Pie Matuming Valley, the Lakers there that the Mineral Ridge Rams are up on currently. the Pymatuming Valley Lakers are up on the Mineral Ridge Rams as we finally get that one. But the other one, too, Youngstown East still up 12-8 on East Cleveland Shaw in the fourth as it stands right now. Minute 21 to go in this game as a second down and 10 scenario. Chaney looking back, going to throw as Galt just tosses that one up in the air, incomplete. And this isn't a bad situation for Chaney, especially when you're bringing in Galt, who wasn't originally planned to be the starter this season. You want to give him as many looks as he can, and really, in all honesty, just try to get him some more passing attempts under his belt and just get him more comfortable. Valley Christian High School up big now on Campbell Memorial, 29-6. That's in the fourth quarter as Valley Christian taking a big lead. Hopefully for them to hold on to that one, Valley Christian could get first win of the season. As that one trying to run the ball, and they go up the gut with it, but that's going to get the clock running, minute and 3 and ticking. That's going to take us right down to about 20-something seconds, and most likely a punt for the Cowboys. That should take us to the end of regulation. As now, Cowboys just looking to the sideline, trying to figure out the final play, but you could put this one in the books now, folks. Another big game as the rival Boardman Spartans up 21-7 over Mooney in this one. As Boardman continuing to shine this season, or continuing to build that program up. We know what they did last year, Boardman and the Spartans, and starting off with a successful game one over against Cardinal Mooney. As now 19 seconds to go, and this should about wrap it up. And with that, the Falcons will get the win, a big week one victory over the West Side rival Chaney Cowboys, and the Falcons will start their season 1-0 as a final run by Chaney. Gonna get stopped up. It goes out of bounds. Clock will stop at 3 seconds, so Chaney will be able to get one more playoff. Speaking of Boardman, and Boardman being up on Cardinal Mooney 21-7, that is exactly who Chaney is going to be playing next week. August 27th, slated to play Boardman. That is going to be a home matchup. Obviously, probably going to be at Rain Stadium. So the Cowboys look to face the Spartans week 2. That's going to be a home game for them. As, of course, the Falcons will go to 1-0 on the season now. And at the 27th of August, you can catch the Falcons. They're going to be on the road facing Canton McKinley. I believe I will be at that one on the road for you, covering the Falcons on the road as they go to play Canton McKinley. But that'll do it for this one here as the Falcons come away victorious by a final score of 27-0 over the West Side rival Chaney. We're going to try to get a player and a coach interview for you as our player of the game. I don't think you look any further than the incredible defense of Deshaun Vaughn Jr. 3 interceptions on the night for the young man as he was a defensive absolute dynamite stick for them as he was explosive everywhere and starting off his season with 3 picks already, part of the huge reason why that Falcons defense was as dominant as it was. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of it, we hope to have some interviews for you live on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Right now is a great time to get more for your trade-in at Tri-State Ford. Choose a new Ford or from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, you'll get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. At Tri-State Ford, we'll pay you top dollar for your trade, but you don't have to purchase one of ours to sell us yours. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool, or visit tristateford.net.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Aaron Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Aisle.
And we are back on the other side of this break. We're here with our player of the game today. It's Deshaun Vaughn. Deshaun, I don't think there's any question what you did on defense today. Absolutely impressive. Well, how many picks? Why don't you tell them for us?
I had 3 picks today.
3 picks, daunting, the cowboy hat and all. Talk to me a little bit about what you looked at in the offseason in your defensive game and how important that played out in this game today.
Last year, I didn't really play a lot, so forward into my sophomore year, I wanted to play defense, safety. It was always what I was good at on defense. I worked hard in the off season. I missed a couple practices here and there, but I worked hard, and it all pays off at the end, as you can see.
When looking at this game, I mean, not many times you're going to have 3 picks in a single game in your high school career. Looking at this game, I mean, just talk about what put you in the right position and what coach was telling you throughout the game.
Coaches were putting me in the right position the whole game. I played, like, this week of practice, I wasn't doing the coverages right in cover 3, and I started listening to them, played my coverages, and that's the results I get.
Talk to me a little bit about the defensive unit as a whole. I mean, when you go out there and you hold someone to 0 points, a shutout, 5 turnovers, I think, 6 turnovers, I believe, as a team. Talk to me about what you guys did as a defensive whole and how close you are with the rest of the defensive squad.
I'm very close with our defense. Our defensive team is, like, I honestly think we have the best in the area, and I just think we can shut down any team possible.
As you are looking to face Canton McKinley next, why don't you give a little bit of a warning on Canton McKinley's offense if they want to try to go up against this defense?
Don't throw the ball deep.
As you heard it here first from Deshaun Vaughn as our player of the game. 3 interceptions today against Chaney. He's our player of the game. On the other side of this real quick break, we will have Coach Parker to discuss the big win over the rival Chaney Cowboys right after this on ysnlive.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
As we are back here, Coach Parker of the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Coach, coming away, big 27-0 victory over Chaney. Talk to me a little bit about what you did right, so right defensively in this game.
I mean, first, my thoughts are with Jason Hewlett and his family and the whole Chaney team. I mean, to lose a player like that, of his caliber, that really changes the game for them, and you could see that throughout the game. We wanted Chaney's best, and without 5 in there, understandably so, that's not their best, and I'm wishing him well in a healthy recovery. We have guys in our team who are going through the same thing. He was pretty broken up, but my thoughts are with him, his family, and the whole Chaney family on a speedy recovery and a healthy recovery. In terms of our defense, like I've been saying all offseason, our defensive staff, I mean, they rev things up, and just getting in and making sure we're fitting things right and the competitiveness every day. I said, when everyone asks about our offensive guys all the time, I said, I really like our defense this year. I really do. And it's a fast bunch of a group of ball hawks, and you saw that tonight.
Highlight your defensive player of the game and our player of the game, too, Deshaun Vaughn. I mean, like we said, there's not many times you're getting 3 interceptions in a high school game. Obviously a special night for him. Just highlight his play and what he's done in the offseason.
Yeah, Deshaun is that kid who, you want to run a 40, he's an average time. You want to do a bunch of things, but heady, smooth. I mean, plays the quarterback position the same way he plays the safety position. Finds himself around the ball, understands routes, understands the game really well. And like I said, he's the future of our program. And tonight, on the biggest stage, his first game as a sophomore coming out here, his first start. I'm so happy for the kid to have a game like that.
And obviously a big win, too. You get a win over the West Side rival. I mean, obviously you want to look at this win and you want to enjoy it, too. But looking a little bit ahead, next matchup is going to be on the road against the Canton-McKinley team. Just looking at that team, what are some different expectations you're expecting in that game?
Yeah, they have a completely new staff, and we haven't really got any film on them. So, I know they're going through a lot of turmoil over there, but it's still Canton-McKinley. It's one of the most storied programs in the state of Ohio, and then to get to play where NFL teams play on that stadium where the state championship is going to be held, just that challenge in general is going to be awesome for our team, and another experience that bodes well in the future for us.
My final question for you, and I think the biggest supporter of this entire game, yeah, you had 11 guys on the field, but you had about a few thousand sitting behind you. Talk to me about what it was like to have fans in the stands and supporting you guys in a home game again.
Yeah, just as our team grew last year, you felt it, and the whole Feed the Nest mantra and everyone getting behind that. And then just to be able, I know they wanted to be out there so bad last year, and then to be able to do this and the way we run things here and our new athletic director, Russell Hauser, this is a great place to play high school football. And our fans, our community get that opportunity, I love it. I love it for our community. I love it for our fans. You saw all the little kids out here. I mean, that's awesome. That's what Austintown should be about. And I'm glad we got away with a victory in that setting.
I think you're a big proponent as to why that Austintown program is being built like that. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the win. Coach Parker, 1-0 on the season, big 27-0 victory over the Chaney Cowboys. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this break on ysnlive.com.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
As we are back here wrapping things up, 27-0, the Austintown Fitch Falcons victorious over the Chaney Cowboys tonight in their West Side rivalry. Again, Fitch moves to 1-0 on the season. They look to face Canton McKinley. That is going to be at Canton McKinley week number 2. As Chaney dropping to 0-1 on the year, they look to be home against Boardman in week number 2. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of YSN Live Football. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, who work so effortlessly to bring all these games to all these communities each and every week. To our proud GM, Steve Leslie, who has close ties to all these football coaches and helps us tremendously with getting ties and connections to all of our football coaches in the area. To my stats guy, Brandon Colangelo, who keeps me up to date on all the stats and everything throughout the game. And most importantly, to the Austintown community and the camera crew that they have set up here, do a wonderful job getting all those crisp, clean shots throughout the game that we ourselves are so thankful for. And most importantly, and we felt it in full force, we'd like to thank you for supporting these schools, these kids, and these communities. You guys came out in full force for both the Youngstown Chaney Cowboys and the Austintown Fitch Falcons. But if you were unable to make it to this game, of course, and you were watching from afar in Youngstown Chaney supporting the Cowboys, or you were right here in Austintown supporting the Falcons, or wherever you may be in high school football, this is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell, and I'll see you in week 2.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC. Any other use of this telecast, any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without YSN's consent is prohibited.
In association with Austintown Local Schools and Austintown Township.